We are here. It is the next round of the playoffs for the Weslaco Panthers as they take on San Antonio John Jay. And we're here at Shirley Field in Laredo after a 3-hour drive, Michael Gonzalez.
Yes,
and it is beautiful weather. We got the Panther fans that are in the stands ready to go. The Panther Corps right behind us. They're also ready for this big contest. And here we go, Michael Gonzalez, area round championship. And the Weslaco Panthers trying to make history, trying to go 12-0.
For the first time since 1991, they've already written a lot of history. They've already brought a few golden balls home, and they're anxiously waiting to bring one more home.
Absolutely. 11-0 coming into this game. Last week, a lot of rain, winning against Mission. Here, it's a beautiful day, partly cloudy, not too hot, not too cold, about 70-something degrees. We'll get to the weather a little bit later. We'll talk about that. But right now, let's talk a little bit about John Jay, because they are a team averaging about 33 points per game. And just taking a look at some of their games that they won, 49-6 over San Antonio Brackenridge, a big game there. San Antonio Holmes, they scored 53 points. And then last week, a big game, they beat Laredo Alexander 37-15.
It's a team, Carlos, that brought back 15 starters from last year. They didn't make the playoffs, Carlos, and in fact, this is the best start that they've had since 2003, where they were 9-0 that season, and then they lost the last game of the year. Started this year 7-0 before losing to San Antonio Harlan. A hard-fought win for Harlan in that game, and as a matter of fact, they were leading in the second half. So that shows you what kind of a year they've had so far, Carlos.
Yeah, and you saw a little bit. Their fans are here also. They traveled down from San Antonio. They're settling in, getting ready for the game. We're in the pregame mode here before the 1 o'clock kickoff. We'll have the national anthem and all that ready to go. Now, the offense is led by Jackson Gutierrez. He's 6'1" quarterback, kind of a thick, kind of a big guy. Yeah. If he were to play defense, he would play middle linebacker. But he's a quarterback. He can pass the ball. He can throw the ball. Or he can throw the ball, and he can run with the ball as well. And he's committed to the Naval Academy, Mike, so he's going to go on and play football at the next level.
Exactly, Carlos, and he's actually the son of head coach Gary Gutierrez, and I actually asked Coach if there's any military connection to him. He says, no, there's not. He just chose to go there. But as you mentioned, Carlos, good size, 6'1", 200 and some pounds, has a very good arm, Carlos. I've been very impressed with him and watching some of the games that I've had a chance to watch. And when you see his release, Carlos, I mean, the way that ball goes, it's like a laser. He throws very, very hard, and just very impressive, as you mentioned. Also very mobile. When he has to, he will scramble, and he will carry the football. Over 1,300 yards this season, 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So he does a good job at taking care of the football. But, yeah, Carlos, very impressive young man.
Kind of hard to bring down as well. And their running attack, they got some players who can run with the ball. Jack Mota, he's on that football team over there. He'll carry with the ball, and you got to look out for him because he got some speed.
Very elusive running back, Carlos. And he kind of reminded me a little bit from the NFL standpoint of Deuce Staley, where he's not very tall, but he's pretty big, very husky, can run with it quick, and hard to bring down, but he attacks the hole very fast, and he had 2 touchdowns last week, had a lot of big plays for them, so keep an eye on him.
Yeah, as far as the Weslaco Panthers, Eli Rodriguez, look out for him once again. Last week he had a great game against Mission. They really leaned on him because of the rain.
Right.
You know, it kind of takes out the passing game when it's raining so hard like it was last week against Mission. He had 26 carries for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns for the senior, Eli Rodriguez.
Yeah, not bad to start off your first ever playoff game there, the senior stepping up over 200 yards. The weather elements didn't get to him whatsoever. He did a great job protecting the football there. They didn't have any turnovers at all as a team there. And today, Carlos, one of the things that stood out to me in watching John Jay against Laredo last week is they attacked the middle and had a lot of success. Number 24, before his injury, racked up a lot of yards there. So I wonder if the Panthers will exploit that with Eli. But Eli is a different kind of back that has a little bit faster there. So, you know, keep an eye on that. And, hey, 244 yards. Let's see if he can repeat that again.
All right, that would be nice. Well, here's a story that you may already saw on our Facebook or social media. Roy Stroman's mom, she passed away this July, and it's been very, very tough for Coach Stroman and the family. And it's been a little bit different for him because he's used to looking up into the stands and seeing his mom, seeing his dad, but she passed away. But he says that he has felt her presence all season long. Or we're not going to have the package? It It was just a few weeks before the start of the 2023 season when Coach Roy Stroman's mom suddenly passed away.
3 months ago, the Lord took her from us, but I know exactly where she is. I mean, her faith was strong, and that's kind of what keeps us going. It was tough the first game against Mustangs, looking for her. I saw my dad and I didn't see her, but the kids made a promise. They're like, you know what? The seniors said, Coach, we're going to dedicate this season to my mom.
Her name, Lupita Stroman, present always at Coach Stroman's games.
She's been either in the stands next to my dad and a big supporter. Played multiple sports in high school, and I'd always look up there and I'd see my dad and I'd see my mom.
1, 2, 3. Preseason predictions had the Panthers finishing 4th, but with Coach Stroman's mom not watching from the stands but from heaven, Panthers finished the regular season 10-0 for the first time in more than 30 years and captured the 32-6A District Championship trophy.
It's been a crazy year of the way things have gone. The big games, how we have overcome adversity. Like, man, wow. I mean, I can't believe that just happened, and the first thing that comes into my mind is that guardian angel.
A year dedicated to Mom, a guardian angel. Her presence felt all season long.
I thanked her. I thanked her when we got in from San Benito, and the first thing I did is when Coach Davies and Coach Solorio brought the 32-6A District Championship trophy, I put it right next to her. And I tell you what, if it wasn't for her, I don't think it would have been possible.
I'd like to thank Coach Roy Stroman for sharing that story with us, and our thoughts and prayers continue on with the family during this difficult time. Mike Gonzalez, we are a few minutes away, and you had a chance to talk to both coaches a little bit. You find out any interesting nuggets of information before we send it up to Scott and to Fred?
Well, in talking to Coach Gutierrez, I did get a confirmation that San Antonio J has never passed the area round before, so if they win, it would be a new milestone for them, reaching the third round of the playoffs. And Coach Stroman, he feels like the team is loose, that they're ready to go. They slept here in Laredo last night, had a good breakfast, had a good dinner. The team looked focused. I had a chance to talk to a few of the assistants. Everybody's excited, and they love the stadium here, Carlos. And I think both teams are going to, bring it. They're going to bring their A game here and may the best team win and advance to the third round.
Yeah, you got the Panthers coming out, just getting ready right over our shoulder right there. You see the big W. Everybody's here. They got the tunnel ready to go. The tunnel crew for the Weslaco Panthers in the house for this big game, and Panther fans are getting ready to go right before the national anthem. The stadium, Mike, is not a very big stadium. Yeah. It's actually kind of small, kind of quaint. And I think it's perfect for the Panthers because, you walk into a stadium like this and you're not, all big-eyed and in awe of such a big stadium like you would maybe someplace else, maybe the Alamo Dome or something. So they're going to come in here, I think, just play football here this afternoon.
I like the fact, Carlos, that you're right. It is a small stadium. It's a neutral site. This is a perfect setting to have a neutral site game here because we know that not all the Panther fans were able to travel this way. They're going to watch us live, and thank you very much. But we have enough fans here for a very strong support here, and they've already packed about 3/4 of the stadium, and more people are actually coming in here. So a perfect setting. It's a beautiful day, gorgeous turf. I had a chance to walk on it, a beautiful scoreboard, and this is going to be fun and exciting.
Yeah, great facilities. We'd like to thank Laredo ISD for being accommodating to the KWES crew and everybody at WISD. The turf I don't think is very old because it looks pretty brand new. The facilities that had plenty of upgrades around here over the past few years. So once again, thank you, Laredo ISD, for all the accommodations here this afternoon. It's Michael Salas. Let's talk about next week because Coach Stroman has already talked about what's going to take place if they win and move on to the third round.
So they would play next Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning, which is unusual, but I know there are games that take place at that time in the Alamo Dome next Saturday. So if the Panthers win, they would play the winner of Dripping Springs, Converse Judson. But we got to take care of business here. And as a matter of fact, Carlos, according to Coach Stroman, basically the rest of the games moving forward are going to be in the Alamo Dome, whether they advance one more round or a couple of more rounds. So, yeah, just thought the fans would know about that.
All right. Well, like you said, you got to take care of business first. So it'll be the Weslaco Panthers taking on San Antonio John Jay here at Shirley Field. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock, so we're about 5 minutes away. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Roberto. Thanks for joining us here on the Knapp Medical Center pregame show.
Test 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3.
Live Shirley Field, Laredo, Texas. Is an audio test.
Audio
testing
test.
1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
We're ready. I'm going to go right after the anthem. And good afternoon and welcome. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. It's time for the second round of the high school playoffs, known as the Area Round. And today, the Weslaco Panthers, they're the designated home team. We are at Stanley Field. This is in Laredo, Texas. And the Panthers this year, nice season. They are undefeated so far. 11-0, 5-0 as far as their play during the regular part of the season, the district part. They're 32-6A. And today we go against a team from 29-6A. And this is San Antonio J. Mustangs 9-2 overall. And they were 6-2 in district, third in district. Weslaco obviously first place. Good crowd gathered for both teams. And Football Fred, this is going to be an exciting game. Again, it's always fun to take on a San Antonio team. This, of course, the J Mustangs, and they are coached by Gary
Coach Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. And he's in his 11th year. Roy Stroman in his 5th season. He is 35-11 overall, 22-13 in district. beautiful weather. It's going to be in the 80s today, sunny. You couldn't ask for a better day.
Man, you're absolutely right. Shirley Field, you're wondering, hey, so if you're from the Mid-Valley area, and if you're not, that's okay. We love you, too. Happy you're here with us. We're going to give you an excellent playoff game, at least what we feel is going to be a great game. Shirley Field is located on the campus of Laredo Martin. Now, it's a fantastic, I think you'll agree, Scotty,
yes,
fantastic complex here, Shirley Field in Laredo. As you're on your camera here, you're on your devices. Glad to have it on again. We have the coin toss. The official coin toss is there. The looks like Weslaco has deferred. It looked like, at least at this point, we know that San Antonio Jay will get the kick. So they will start on offense first. But, yes, going back to the San Antonio team, we'll say this now, and we'll talk about this as the day goes on in the afternoon. One of the things that we talked about, Coach Gary Gutierrez, who we'll talk about extensively as we go in here, and kind of introducing the San Antonio Jay program, just kind of let people understand where things are in San Antonio.
That's right.
They're inside of Loop 410. They're the only team around Loop 410 on the southwest side.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the only team in the playoffs in 6A. Everybody else is on the north side over the 1604 loop. So just kind of give you a description of where this team is from.
They've been around since 2006. The stadium we're in has been around since 2010. Capacity 8,629. There was an original Shirley Field, I should say, and it was built in the 30s, but then, of course, the new one has come in. Players to watch, obviously, Andy Sepulveda for Weslaco. He can run and pass the ball. Passing this season, he's passed for 1,261 yards, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Rushing, Eli Rodriguez Jr. for the Panthers, 1,697 yards, 24 touchdowns on the ground. Also, 2 as far as receptions, at least I know. And he's got 7 games of over 100 yards. As far as San Antonio Jay, Jackson Gutierrez, he's going to go to the Naval Academy, and he's quite a player, both passing and rushing. And again, this is going to be fun. We have the kickoff, and it is going to be taken and going to be returned by the visiting team, the designated visiting team. And with that ball, it looked like it was DeMarcus Shinette, a defensive back.
Yeah, you have a couple of guys that are going to return. They're going to try to stay away from Dylan Gordon, who's back there, and also Jack Mota, who we'll talk about here in a minute.
Right.
A pretty good offense, I think, is easy to say, right?
Oh, definitely. Of course, their quarterback, he has rushed for 941 yards and 14 touchdowns. Also passed for over 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So he is a multifaceted athlete.
So right off the bat, we're going to see some adjustments from Weslaco. Quick pass. This is exactly what San Antonio likes to do. And they're going to go a lot out there to Dylan Gordon. He will be the primary receiver, number 1 for San Antonio. Jay, just real quick, as they go up-tempo, these San Antonio teams will go very, very quickly.
Gain of 9 on the play. And it's going to be a running play, and it's going to be the first down. And again, they have a very good running back, and it is Jack Mota.
Yeah, a flag out there. I was going to say, the only thing that might slow the tempo down is a flag, and we see one here.
Yeah.
Early flag here for San Antonio Jay, it looks like. We'll see in a second. It's offsides for Weslaco. Now, we're saying, when we go back to the description of the player, you see what Weslaco is doing now? They have a 4-man, 5-man front.
Yes.
It's a little different, going old style.
Right.
Coach Stroman said Ross Moore style, Coach Stroman style, old style defense. You see a lot of guys in purple up at the line.
Mota rushed for over 1,200 yards during the season, average over 8 yards a carry, 17 touchdowns. This time a passing play. Receiver is open, and it is going to be a long play down to the 10-yard line. So on that particular play, good for about 50. And it looked like, who was the receiver?
Yeah, Devin Guller.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now, you're going to see a lot of these players, something to mention. The quick pass, had some time to throw. And you can see what Jackson Gutierrez can do down the field.
Yes.
Only player back there to cover it at this point for Weslaco High was the linebacker, number 11 there. That was Josh Rivera there on the tackle.
So it is going to be first and goal to go at the 10-yard line. Cannot get a first down. And this time, Jackson has it, and he is going to rush. And he is going to, let's see where they...
Yeah, he has to score.
Yeah, score, okay. So he goes, was waiting for the officials to signal it.
Sure.
So he got in for the score, a 10-yard touchdown run. And very early in this game, we're only a minute and 2 seconds in.
So quickly, you see the score. Now, they've been very successful, this swing gate. They like to go for 2 out of this play. Mm-hmm. Watch them. See what they want to do. They're bringing everybody across. Looks like they're going to want to try to the traditional. I can't believe we're calling an extra point a traditional extra point. They always will line up for it. they're going to – the Panthers have prepared for that. They saw that, and we saw the extra kick here by Jacob Quinlan, who will attempt the extra point after the touchdown here.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So we're 1 minute 2 seconds in the game, 10:58 remaining in the first quarter, 7-0 right now. Mustangs over the Panthers. This is a KWES production. So Panthers about to get the ball, and again, you mentioned it, very explosive, this Mustangs team.
And a very quick score. So right off the bat, let's kind of go back. If you're just joining us and say, well, welcome. We've got a lot of folks to say hi back to at home in a little while. We'll get everybody included here. But let's kind of talk a little bit about what happened here on the first play. Obviously, a couple of runs, an offsides penalty for Weslaco, but that gave Weslaco, check that, San Antonio Jay, an opportunity to go deep. And
50-yard pass.
Yeah, every time you get an opportunity, Jackson Gutierrez has an arm. Now, he can, you mentioned earlier, he's going to the Naval Academy, so he's an athlete and can really do things. So we see right off the bat here, Weslaco try to go with a certain type of defense. Let's see if they stick with it, if they adjust. Looks like quickly San Antonio got some scoring here quickly. Another thing Coach mentioned, watch for the San Antonio team. They can be very tricky, Jay.
All right, well, again, like you said, this is going to be a traditional kickoff, right?
Yep.
And goes in the end zone, and it will be down right there. And again, Weslaco, the one thing about this team is it has composure. So it won't be upset. It won't go crazy because of this quick touchdown.
all the great games that they were part of in 32-6A. You know, we talk about Los Fresnos early on, Harlingen, and some of the other ones that Weslaco had to endure anxiety and all sorts of things. They're going to have to, how they react here, being down 7-0.
So, again, we mentioned Eli Rodriguez at running back, Andy Sepulveda at quarterback, and it's going to be a handoff to Eli Rodriguez, and he's going to try to go around the right side and loses on that.
A lot of players to watch here for Weslaco High. Now, on the offensive line, if you're from Weslaco, you know them well. If you're not, if you're joining us from San Antonio, this offensive team likes to run the ball first. I mean, they're not committed 100% to it all the time, but they can do that, and they can do it well with a great running back. Offsides here is the call on San Antonio Jay, so a few yards here to pick up a free play that didn't go anywhere. A couple of players to watch on the offense, on the defense for San Antonio, the Mustangs here. Elijah Baldwin, number 88 defensive end. He's a cool drink of water, tall guy at the edge. He's got some speed. See how the Panthers handled his pressure.
First down and 5, ball at the 30-yard line in Weslaco territory. And this time a pass play, and it looks like it's going to be close to the first down on the reception.
Yeah, I think he picked it up. Frankie Trevino on the outside comeback route. One-on-one. They're very happy to the J Mustangs to put Dylan Gordon back there. We've been talking about him quite a bit.
Their players go both ways, right?
Yeah, they do a lot. As a matter of fact, you're probably wondering, why do they do that? Well, the numbers here at this school, as a matter of fact, Coach mentioned they're going to drop to 5A next year.
Yeah. All right, so it's going to be first down and 10, gain of 5 on that play. Ball at the 35-yard line, 5-yard reception by Frankie Trevino. And again, Weslaco gets their first down of the game. First possession, and again, it's going to be a running play, and this time, no go, loss of about 5.
Yeah, the penetration there by this defense, we face some defenses that are similar to this. They bring pressure through the gaps, and one of the guys that they like to bring is Zach Mota. Yeah, Jack is his brother, and he
twin
plays
brother.
offense. Yeah, twin brother plays on the offense, and they like to bring him up. Now, they have 4 guys on the line. Sometimes they'll go 5. But the majority of the time, they like to bring in Mota. They also have another guy by the name of Devin Bolton. Farron Canyon is another guy they like to come in the middle with. So that's something to watch early here for Weslaco.
Loss of 4 on the play. Ball back to the 31-yard line. Rodriguez goes on the carry. It is going to be second down and 14. Sepulveda is going to hand it off once again to Rodriguez, and he's going to get some yardage this time. He'll get up near the 39-yard line, so give him about 8. And that is going to make it about third down and 6.
This has become the bread and butter play for the Weslaco High offense. What do? They bring in number 51, an extra offensive lineman, and we're talking about Diego Salazar, and they put him at fullback. And they like to follow him, and it's worked during the season. Let's see if have any success here during this playoff game.
So the ball they officially mark at the 37. They're going to call it 3rd and 7. Ball has to get to the 45-yard line in Weslaco territory for the first down. We have trips on the right side, one wide out on the left. Sepulveda going back, And it looks like he might run the ball. No, he's going to pass it out. And it is going to be a first down inside Mustangs territory at the 49, gain of about 13.
Excellent protection by that offensive line. We got to give it to those guys early on here. Diego Zavala, Munoz, Garces, Longoria, and Salazar. Yeah, Matt Reyes will come in here and spell it on as well. So, yeah, they're doing good here on that play.
Who got the pass on that?
That was number 13. That's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah,
We've been talking about him all season long here. That's Aiden Morales.
All right. So it is going to be 1st and 10. And this is going to be a running play. Eli Rodriguez is going to get it, and he is going to get the first down and more. He is going to gain about 15 yards on that down near the 35-yard line.
Physicality is going to be the name of the game now. There's a flag on the outside right where he was able, he cut it back. So we'll see how the official have to talk about the official here. It looks like it's going to be a hold on Weslaco, at least early on. That's what it looks like.
You know, you're talking about Morales. What a nice season he's had. He's had 13 catches for 198 yards, 5 touchdowns, had 1 catch for 21 yards last week.
Brandon Valdez is another guy that has gone in there along with Matt Reyes on that offensive line. Those guys are going to have to be the guys that open some holes up there for this offense. They have to be able to run the ball to keep balance. Every time we see Weslaco High be successful, you notice that they try to be balanced.
So it is going to be 1st and 13 after the penalty. Ball back at the 47-yard line. Sepulveda rolling to his right. Has a receiver open, and it is going to be Jaden Garcia, and he is going to be just short of the first down. Got about 11 or 12 on that reception.
And his arm is feeling pretty good. That was on a rope.
Yeah.
From the middle of the field to the opposite side quickly. They're playing, right now, the corners for Jay are playing off. So you're going to see them get 10, 15 yards, and Weslaco can take advantage of those if they choose. So that's something to look on that corner there. There was Micah Roberts on the tackle on Aiden.
It's going to be 2nd down and 1. The ball at the 41-yard line in the territory of the Mustangs. And again, if they make the next round next week, the 3rd round, that'll be the farthest there.
Yeah, they've ever gone.
Right?
Sure, really.
Yeah,
it's been a while. And that's a first down.
Yeah.
Nice grinding power football there by Weslaco.
Rodriguez picks up a few on that play for the first down. So again, it's nice to see Weslaco, a good drive, taking time off the clock against an explosive offense for the Mustangs. And again, not being bothered by the fact that there was a quick score.
That's part of the game plan. Play a control offense, be balanced. We're better that way, Coach Stroman said. Keep them off the field. That makes a lot of sense.
1st and 10, ball at the 38-yard line. Again, in Mustang territory. Weslaco in their purple home uniforms today. They are the designated home team. And there is a flag on that particular snap. And, of course, we see the colors of the Mustangs, blue, silver, and white. They are in their road uniforms.
That's interesting. This has been already twice that Jay has jumped off signs. Now, that's interesting. I wonder if they're going on the count. They're trying to count the snaps or whatever it is, and they've missed it a couple of times. So they're giving up free yards here early on.
Appreciate everyone listening to us on YouTube today, courtesy of KWES. Lots of fans have made the trip, about a 3-hour trip from Weslaco to Laredo. So it's good to see the fans out here. And the ball is going to be moved 5 yards on that penalty down to the 33-yard line. So we are going to have a 1st and 5. That's always manageable, isn't it? Like that.
That's always a good yard and distance, right up the middle there. And
Sepulveda, and also gives them an option to do a couple different things.
Sure.
And that time he decided to throw the ball to the right. Frankie Trevino did not get it, but it was close.
Yeah, so early on, we've just talked about is they're willing to give the Weslaco receivers, both Jaden and Aiden and Frankie, right? These receivers we see also in there now is Ethan Cardenas, who will do all sorts of things for Weslaco. They're playing them off.
Yeah.
They're playing off, and we'll see if that continues. You know, they're not playing them up tight. They're not playing them close. Keep an eye on that. Weslaco might try to take advantage of that.
All right. So it is now going to be a 2nd down and 5. And again, going to be a running play, and it's going to be a little short of the first down there. We'll see where they mark it.
Yeah, little. Diego Zavala is pumped up. You know, he's like, wait a minute, man, the play was over. You pushed me after. Let me push you right back.
Sepulveda kept that on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, nice keeper. That's still going to be short, right?
Right. Sepulveda, last week, 2 rushes for 11 yards, but a touchdown. Oh, actually, that's what he passed last week, okay? And again, having a good season rushing the ball. So we're going to have the ball at the 30-yard line, and it is going to be a couple yards needed for the first down. Going to pass the ball. Trevino has it down around the 25-yard line, and that's going to be a pickup of about 5 for the first down.
Well, if they're giving it to you, take it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they're playing you off. Once again, Micah Roberts, who's an excellent athlete out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a quick route, 3-4 yards, out, in, come back. That's all it is. And Andy's throwing the ball really good right now. I mean, Andy Sepulveda, the quarterback number 2, is really throwing the ball. So, again, look at Jay's defensive formation. 5 guys on the line there. They're trying to stop the run.
So 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And this time, it's going to be Sepulveda again. And he is going to get some good running room. He is down at the 10, 5. It's a touchdown. Weslaco scores their first touchdown of the game, a 25-yard run. So after we see the Mustangs score on their first offensive series, Weslaco answers. And for Sepulveda, that's going to be his 7th touchdown rushing of the season. He has done a really nice job. He's got, about 350 yards rushing this season.
Yeah, that was all Andy there. I mean, they kind of found that the middle of it is wide open once you get to the first surge. The point after is good.
So with 4:34 remaining here in the first quarter, it's all tied up between Weslaco and the Mustangs of San Antonio J 7-7. This is a KWES production.
Patience. It's a great song, but it's even better in football.
Yes.
It's exactly what Weslaco did. Yeah, you said it earlier when they started this series or this play, all these plays together here. Hey, Weslaco's been in this spot, right?
Yes.
They've been down, they've been up, and then they've been really down, and then they get back in there. As a matter of fact, they've lost no games this year because of the fact they've been able to be resilient. Right. So they just marched down the field, took their time, did what they had to do, did what they gave you, and that got a touchdown on them.
And that was a long drive. I think it was over 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly what's part of the game plan for Weslaco. They want to slow things down. You saw earlier why. San Antonio J came up there and quickly pointed out some points. And remember, these guys play both ways. It's sunny.
Yes.
It's a little warm. It's a nice day. Don't get me wrong, not hot by an extreme, but it might take a toll before it's all said and done.
And there is the kickoff by Trevino, and it is going to be out of bounds. Now, you were talking about being a little warm. We know it's warm where Football Fred takes off the sweater underneath his broadcast shirt.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, we're very privileged to have the full KWES crew out here.
Yes.
Mike Gonzalez, who is out there, who was a part of the pregame show along with Carlos Robredo. We just 3 plays, 72 yards, 10 plays, 76 yards. He said over 6 minutes there. That was the first scoring play. But 10 plays, 76 yards, and 5 first downs on that drive for Weslaco over 6 minutes taking toll. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
When you've got guys that are playing over 120 snaps at one point.
Yes.
Some of their other
their players go both ways. Right?
Yeah, they play. So that's another part of the game plan. Let's see how San Antonio adjusts here.
Jackson Gutierrez at quarterback. His dad is the head coach. And this is going to be a handoff. And it is going to get a little bit of yardage down to the 46. So it's a gain of about 16. And again, it is Mota.
Yeah, Jack Mota. One of the things that Coach talked to him about, let's go back. Hey, so we always ask, what does he remind you of? Let's talk about players. He mentioned last year, had a running back by the name of Peña. Yeah, he reminded him of him quick, maybe not extremely fast, but you saw right there, he can run.
So it's going to be first down and 10. And this time, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He goes nowhere.
Yeah, a lot of RPO. If you haven't seen it yet, a nice play there by Matt Garza, number 94 for Weslaco High. Man, he made that tackle. If he clears him, it might take a while. Matthew Garza, who's going to be part of the blue-gray game that is going to be happening here next year.
Honor.
Yeah, he's going to be doing that. He's playing off. I told Coach, so what are we doing with Matt? Hey, today we are letting Matt go. We're freeing Matt today, making plays, and he's there. They need him against this RPO running team.
So it's a loss of 1 on the play. Second down and 11. Trips on the right side. This time they'll throw that direction, and it's going to be a screen pass, and it's going to be good for some major yardage down to about the 32-yard line. So that is going to be a pickup of about, 13?
Yeah, Dylan Garza.
Yeah.
Check that on the player there. Right. That was on the other side. It was Devin Silva. Dylan Gordon, we mentioned him at the onset. He's a player they like to go to. And when they need some plays out there, you notice there's nothing going deep yet.
Right.
They like to go sideways run, and then take a shot.
So, good gain on that play.
He's lining up in the slot now against Chris Luna, one-on-one here.
Officially a gain of 22, and it's first down and 10 inside the 35. And once again, a running play, and it's going to be a nice run for Mota, and he is going to get down to about the 15-yard line. He gains about 19 yards on that.
So you see the quickly moving offense that they have here. This offensive line right now for San Antonio, Jay, is moving. This offensive line, we talked to Coach Gutierrez about him. He said, look, 3 seniors, 2 juniors on there. Campa, right in the middle there, their center is their leader. He can play basically any position. You see him there, number 68, kind of, and 69, they're going getting things done right in the middle.
Ball at the 15-yard line, first and 10. And this time it's going to be a handoff, and it'll be a pickup of a couple that time. Jake didn't get too much.
Yeah, Weslaco needs to plug in there and get a plug there going. Yeah, that was interesting because Weslaco is trying to do their best to slow this down.
Yes.
You know, they have their best players out there. You know, you have obviously Pablo Cadena who's out there. Miguel Rodriguez out there. Coach is going to want a timeout here, I think. Right. And that's a good one because they're moving the ball now.
And let's give our officials while we have this.
Sure. You know, just a side note before we mention them, these guys are from the Tyler officials, Tyler, Texas football officials. The referee, Lance Mathis. The umpire is Toby Rackley. High line judge, that is Ron Daniels. Line judge is Scotty Allen. Back judge, Jack Culverhouse. Side judge now is Jermaine Batty. And field judge is Alvin Wright. Hey, just something to add to that. They covered some state championship games last year.
They've got rings.
They got rings.
The officials get rings.
They showed them to us, and I said, wait a minute, where do you get those? Yeah, they've done a good job. We've got some of the top officials, if not the top officials, here tonight.
And we also have a young lady here from Channel 5 did a nice feature on Eli Rodriguez Jr. and his father.
Yeah, and it's important to mention for us because, you know, Gloria Morelia, she did a fine job. She's here, right?
Yeah,
she's
covering the game.
Yeah, and she's done a fine job of promoting Weslaco High Panther football. Congratulations to her.
We're happy that she's here, and she's from Colorado, even though she's a Denver Nuggets fan over the Houston Rockets. Of course, I work for the Vipers. You know, I got to pull for the Rockets, but no, she's a big Nuggets fan, and it's always great to see her. All right, so after the timeout, it's going to be a second down and 9 inside the 15-yard line. Great crowd here for Weslaco. Appreciate everyone who made that trip. And Jackson goes back to pass, tries to throw it in the end zone, overthrows the ball on the right side.
There was nothing there. That just ran out of room. Again, if you notice, when they want to go deep, they try a couple of guys, but the guy they want to go to is Dylan Gordon.
Yeah.
He's the one that they want to try out there one-on-one, playing against the best corner that Weslaco has in Ryan Gonzalez out there. You know, you could make a name for a bunch of the other guys here, too, but Ryan's playing out there by himself.
And his dad was a great player, right?
Yeah, Andrew Gonzalez. He was an all-state player, you know, and he's done a good job, and I'm sure Andrew's given him a couple of tips, right, on what to do.
All right, so it's going to be third down and 9. Ball at the 13-yard line. And again, we have got slots on each side. Mota in the backfield, and it's going to be a pitch to him, and he is going to go the 13 yards for the score.
Wow, they were asking for a push in the back on the outside that did not come. That opened the lane, obviously, for Mota. The officials are talking about it.
Was that officially a pitch or a pass?
It looked like a pitch.
I thought so, yeah.
He went backwards there on that one. Mm-hmm. The fact is that there's a little bit of talking going on between Micah Roberts and Chris Luna on that. Chris Luna says, well, I didn't appreciate it, and then Micah says, well, I didn't either, but, you know, that's the way it goes.
All right.
And they're going to get out of the swinging gate, and they're going to go to that traditional extra point. Remember, they try first to try to get you on that swinging gate, and they've been successful like 9 out of 10 times they've hit it. Extra point about to come here.
Well, here it comes. They were good on their first one. And that is good. And by the way, for Jack, he now has 18 touchdowns this season. So we have 144 remaining here in the opening quarter, and the Mustangs lead the Panthers 14-7. This is a KWES production.
7 plays, 70 yards. Mike Gonzalez is telling us that's what the offensive production was for San Antonio Jay on that one. So again, the adjustments will continue. Coach said, look, we're going to try something. He's calling it the new look defense. We're going to try it first. See how that goes. If that doesn't go, then we'll go ahead and get back. You know, speaking of defense, there's a lot of people here that are part of this team, and one of the things that we want to talk about, Chris Luna, as a matter of fact, his family came up, and during the broadcast, we're going to talk about different people that are watching from all over the place. His mom and his dad. His mom is from Mission County, Luna. Dad from Raul Luna from Harlingen. So all the families have been here.
We met his uncle.
12 games. Yeah, they've supported Chris throughout the season, and so there's a lot of people from Mission, Alton, McAllen, Edinburgh, name it. The whole valley, cousins and all over the place. People even watching from Florida. Imagine, his cousins are in the United Air Force. They wanted to watch him today. Glad to have you along. Here comes Ryan Gonzalez on the kick return.
And he is going to get down to about the 27-yard line where Weslaco will start first and 10. And it was just amazing to meet all these great family members.
Sure.
And we see Eli Rodriguez Sr., we talked about the feature story done on him.
Yeah.
And again, guy that I always want on my side. At one point in his life, he was an MMA fighter.
You want him with you in a dark alley.
Yes. So.
That's for sure.
All right. The ball is now at the 27-yard line. So, 3 offensive possessions. Jay has scored on both of theirs.
Yep.
Weslaco scored on their first one. Let's see how they do this time. Eli Rodriguez Jr. has the ball, and he gets about 6 or 7.
Yeah, Weslaco wants to run the ball. There's no secret about it. You ask Coach, what are the first? You want to run the ball. Everybody wants a nice tackle there in the middle by number 97, Leandrew Holland, defensive tackle senior for this J team. So we're starting to see a little bit of juggling now. It looks like Jay dumped out their 5-1 defensive line. Now they're going for a 4-man line. Kind of spread them out a little bit now.
Ball to 31. Going to be 2nd down and 5. And this time it's going to be a fake handoff. Sepulveda will throw the ball and can't quite find his intended receiver. And that looked like it was Morales. Right?
Yeah, Morales was coming right across. And Diego Quiroz, a guy that we're going to talk a bit about as well as the game goes on. Plays safety, plays corner. On the offense, obviously plays receiver, plays all over the field. A one-on-one on that crossing route right in the middle. Just a bit outside there for Andy Sepulveda. We'll get a 3rd down now in about, 8 or so?
Yeah, they're going to actually call 3rd down and 5.
Okay.
So, but it's still, it's manageable. We'll see if they pass or not. Couple backs in the backfield. Slot on the left. And this time it's going to be a running play, and Sepulveda is going to, I think, get the 1st down. It's going to be close, but I think he got about 6 yards.
I think you're right. Yeah, they get a 1st down. And it looks, again, we've talked about it during the season. And now that it's the 2nd season, it started last week in the victory against Mission. When they need a play, and they must have it, they go to number 2. That's just the way Weslaco operates, and why not? You have a guy in Andy Sepulveda who's been a fantastic player in his career.
2-year starter.
Yeah, he's done really, really well, and there's a 1-2 punch back there, number 2 and number 6.
And Eli, this is just his first year starting, but boy, what a year.
Yep.
Maybe the most valuable player in the, not just the district, but in the whole Rio Grande Valley. So it's going to be 1st and 10. And it's going to be a running play, and this time maybe Rodriguez picks up about 2.
We said earlier about physicality. That they're going to have to, Weslaco's got to have to push these guys off the line to get the running lanes for Elam. I mean, that's obvious in any type of offense. But Coach Stroman coming in felt this could be the case, right? That he might be able to do that as the quarter ends.
All right, so we've gone through 1 quarter of play, and right now it's the Mustangs over the Panthers 14-7. This is a KWES production. Your thoughts over the 1st quarter?
So we see quickly how the Weslaco defense, let's talk about them first, given up already 2 touchdowns. I know that the offensive plan is working. They're trying to be patient. Now, on the other side, you think a little bit about it. What do you do? As a defensive coordinator, right? Coach Ramirez and the rest of the staff, Coach Sherman, are probably thinking, hey, so how do we adjust? They knew that they were going to have to, just like Jay is doing the same to this offense that Weslaco is doing. So it's a game of, again, I don't know how to play chess, but I know how to play checkers. so yeah, it's a you move, I move type of thing.
Yeah. All right. So it is going to be 2nd down and 8, gain of 2 on that last play. Ball in Weslaco territory at the 40-yard line. And they'll be moving toward the north here in the 2nd quarter. And Sepulveda is pressured, and he is going to go down back around the 28. That could be a loss of about 12.
Yeah, they're bringing everybody. If you look back there, there's only really where the cabin is in the middle linebacker, right in the middle, and then everybody else is corners and defensive backs. They brought the pressure. They figure they have to do something here. And Weslaco really has been doing a good job of I've even in picking up some of those blitzes, but they just had too many bodies coming. And that's just basic. Too many white jerseys coming. So, yeah, it's a sack. The first one of the game goes to San Antonio Jay.
Well, his knee went down. It was a loss of 8 on the play. So it's going to be 18 yards for the first down. Eli Rodriguez tries to run around the right side. Nothing doing.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. At this point, they're bringing in safeties. They're bringing in corners. And they figure, look, that's the way we're going to have to do it. And right now, we're going to see a player is down for Weslaco High.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
By the way, Jay, I will tell you their enrollment is 2,225, and they've had some famous athletes.
Sure.
Okay, attend there. Clarissa Davis, she was the Naismith Player of the Year, that is in women's basketball in 1987 and 89, and she led Texas to the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship her freshman year in 86.
Yeah.
Rick Mailer, I remember him from baseball. Bo Outlaw from basketball.
Yeah.
And a guy that's currently plays for the Detroit Lions, one of the surprise teams in the NFL this year. Josh Reynolds, he was in the class of 2013.
Wow.
And so, again, this school has had some people that have done well, and we see our player,
that's Eli.
player. Yeah,
that's Eli Rodriguez. Good to see him up. You know, he's walking his own power. It's always good to see.
Right.
You know, and sometimes you just get hit.
Yeah.
At the right spot that you don't want to get hit.
What's good, and we don't know the extent of the injury, but he's moving gingerly, but he seems to be moving a little better as he comes off the field.
Right, so the trainers will work with him and see if we can get him ready for the next possession.
Yeah, but, Freddie Reza will come in. He's got 36 carries for 170 yards and a touchdown, had 4 carries for 40 yards last week, so he's capable.
Sure. We'll see the Frankie here trying to go as high and as far as he can kick.
All right. And now it's going to be a punt by Frankie Trevino on 4th down. And it's going to go, about the 40 maybe?
I would say right close to midfield. They would be on the Weslaco side. I'm looking for the official to see where he stands. Now, they're going to put it back at around on the other side of West. Yeah, it's on the J side. I thought it carried it a little bit before, but hey, we'll take that right at this point. Yeah, about the 45, the J45.
And they are looking at the leg right now of Eli Rodriguez Jr. So we'll see what comes out of that.
Here we come. We talked about the tricky Mustangs. Here we go.
All right.
You got to be ready. Don't pay attention. Just don't pay attention to him. This is what Coach said it was going to be a BS play. BS play. The trainer has to get off the field.
What's going on here?
Yeah, he thought that they were down. He thought that they were down. He thought that something was going on.
All right.
It's not that. See, here comes the trick play.
Timeout by Weslaco.
Here comes the trick play.
Explain that in detail, Fred. I think everybody's confused.
So basically, you saw 2 players on their bellies.
Yeah.
Flat on the field, right?
On the left side.
Yeah.
Right?
You saw that. The offensive line was on the opposite side.
Yes.
The trainer for Weslaco says, well, this is an emergency. They're on the field. Something
happened. And it makes
happened.
sense why he'd come out.
And so they walk out there. Now, this is something we talked about. This is what they were calling a BS play. What does that mean? Well, basically,
we know what it means. Don't explain that.
What it means for Weslaco means they're just playing. They're playing. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're calling. They're joshing, whatever you want to call it. The point is, that was the play.
Yeah.
And so we said it from the beginning. This could happen.
Right.
They can get tricky sometimes. They got creative.
And that's a legal play, right?
That's a legal play.
I guess, because they wouldn't do it.
There's nothing really you can do.
I don't know when I've ever seen that. I think I have.
It fooled our trainer.
Yeah.
What a kind person. It was the other team he went to go see.
Right. So that shows Weslaco has kindness.
Yes.
Okay, a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff. And Moda doesn't get much on that play.
That's, we can walk out of here and I'll say that's the first time I've ever seen that happen. It's
well, I've seen teams on one side like that maybe, but never guys laying on the field.
They're gonna have to go back and kind of check that.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the stuff that we thought we might see.
Yeah.
And Coach Strobin talked to us about it. He said, "Look, we're gonna have to tell our kids, hey, this is just not, something's happening over trying to distract you."
Carlos Robleto's up here, and he's seen a lot of football, especially high school, and he's never seen anything like that. I don't think so. It's pretty crazy. All right, rolling to his right. Jackson does. He's got a receiver open, and that looks like it's going to be a score. And it is. That touchdown is going to be, let's see here, about 56 yards. And
that's Diego Quiroz.
Okay.
We talked about him earlier, right? Said they hadn't really included him yet. He had made his name on defense. That's a strike. Now, again, going back to San Antonio, what they're doing, here comes the swinging gate again. You got to be on your toes here because they might run it. I have a feeling they're going to want to run it, even if they don't get it. They're going to try, at least. They've been successful coaches. Gutierrez is back there. Yep, they're going for it. Why not? See what they try to do. Here it comes. Here comes the play.
Yeah.
Now, Weslaco High was ready for it. There's a fumble on the play.
Yeah, Jackson fumbles it.
Yeah, Weslaco was ready.
All right.
Yeah, you're seeing some good stuff here, now for San Antonio and Weslaco.
It's entertaining.
Well, it's one of the things. This is the fun part of football.
And who was? Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
Who was the receiver again?
That was Diego Quiroz, number 7, who caught the touchdown.
Yeah, who was that?
That was Diego Quiroz, number 7.
Let me say that he's been very active this year.
Yeah.
Now he has over 400 yards, I believe, or close to 400 yards in receptions, 13 catches for 3 touchdowns.
Missed extra point, or missed a 2-point try, I guess we should say.
Right.
Brings the score now to 20-7. But yeah, that tells you the kind of stuff that the staff for Weslaco High had to prepare for.
Yes.
They bring you different things, from attracting the attention of a trader to kind of going for the swinging gate, and then they're not even moving it, they're snapping it, and then letting the running back go. I mean, it's all sorts of stuff that you're starting to see here in Weslaco on that one. It was ready. They were ready for that one.
Well, they were. And as far as passing, that is the 15th touchdown for Jackson this season.
Yeah, he's done that. And again, on that score, you had Jackson going one way, then he quickly turns to the opposite, and he enough time to let Quiroz go down the field and get a score.
All right, so he's going to go back in the end zone. Weslaco will start at their 25-yard line. And again, the score is now 20-7, 10-10 remaining in the first half, and it is Jay ahead.
So it's good to see Eli and back out there, who had a little bit of just something happened. Maybe somebody landed on him. There's all sorts of things. But he's back on. He's on the field, so that's a good thing to see.
Well, he's definitely done his work this year. Great job. And again, first down and 10.
They've been blitzing. Yeah, they've been blitzing a lot. Let's see if they kind of go back to that.
Slot on the left side. Rodriguez has it. He'll spin his way for about maybe 3 or 4 yards.
Omar Perez, number 9, linebacker, comes up. Hey, he has some Valley ties, this young man. His father is from Harlingen.
Okay.
Number 9. So I know there's some folks watching from Harlingen. Right? They bowed out last night. Congratulations to them. They had a fine season.
Yes.
They bowed out last night, but good season for Coach Manny and the rest of those Cardinals. Congratulations to them back there.
Yeah, we enjoyed working with him earlier this year.
Yeah, that's the reason we brought up Omar Perez. Omar Perez is the linebacker there, that connection with the Valley.
Okay, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 28-yard line. Eli has it again, and he is hit and brought down. He's going to be several yards short of the first down, probably picked up about 4.
Yeah, nice tackle there by the guy we were just talking about. Omar Perez
open
comes
field.
up, open field tackle. Needs to, the thing about it, and you say, well, wait a minute, he picked him up. Well, the thing about it, he's a runner. He's still running. He's not stopped. He's not a quarterback standing in the pocket. He's running out, and he's trying to make moves. So number 9 comes up and puts on a good hit. Let's be honest. That's what it was. But again, Eli is fine. He's a strong guy. A lot of people don't understand that Eli is a strong running back.
Didn't he wrestle or something?
Yeah, he was. He's got that strength. If you don't tackle him, he's.
Sepulveda rolling to his right, and he's going to keep the ball. And he now throws it at the last second, and it is caught, and it is going to be taken down to about the 35-yard line. So pick up on that play of quite a bit.
Yeah, Ethan Martinez, Ethan Cardenas, I'm sorry. That's what we're talking about. Hey, talking about guys tough to bring down. Ethan is a big fella. He's hard to bring down. He's tall, he's strong. So you got to put a couple of guys on him.
So that's a pickup of 33 yards, now in territory of the Mustangs at the 36.
Great creation there. That's just ability by Andy Sepulveda to create something out of nothing. There was nothing open for him to run, and there was really nothing early to him to throw the ball, but then all of a sudden, the receivers know, hey, my buddy's in trouble. Let me get open for him.
So Cardenas now goes over, I think, 200 yards for the season, 21 catches, has a touchdown. Last week, 1 catch for 27 yards and a score in the win over Mission in the by-district round of the playoffs. And let's talk a little bit about their coach for a moment. You've got a good chance to get to know him.
Yeah, he's one of the things that we'll mention, and some of those fans that are listening to us back home in Weslaco, and even the fans we have here from San Antonio. Coach Gutierrez, hey, he coached in Levelland, Texas, up in the Panhandle for 4 years, right? And then he made his move back home into San Antonio. He's an East Central High grad. was there, went to college at Tarleton State, and then kind of moved around. 18 years as a head coach now. He spent the last 11 with San Antonio Jay.
Okay.
So he's got a lot of ties with San Antonio. And one of the things that I will mention is, as a nice coach, nice man that he is, he said, look, there's a lot of similarities with the communities for Weslaco and San Antonio Jay. And so he was very happy to talk about football and our team and their team.
Well, didn't he try out for the Weslaco job once?
Yeah, at one point he said he felt so well about the community that he wanted to go live there.
Was that around, what, 2003
It's been some time now. Go back, but we didn't know that. That is a fun tidbit, isn't it?
Right. So you never know. You learn about people. But he's been very nice to us this week.
Yeah, and it just tells you what he thinks of the Valley and overall and Weslaco and everything.
Well, he said that, his community and his school, there's a lot of similarities between that and Weslaco. You mentioned that earlier.
Yep. So we'll talk a little bit more as the game goes on about him.
Okay, it's first down and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line. It's in Mustang territory. And again, we're going to see a couple wideouts on the left side. And Rodriguez gets the ball again, and he'll fall ahead maybe for about 4.
A little bit of just got to be able to push and keep going back that way. Weslaco is now you got to be careful if you're the Panthers. You can't let things slip now.
No.
Okay, you're down 20-7. You still got plenty of time on the clock. You're moving the ball, right? Keep your cool. Don't get baited into doing things that you wouldn't normally do.
Right.
That's hard to do in a football game. But the fact is that Weslaco's moving here, and if they can continue here, they get some points out of this job. Be great.
All right, so they only give him 1 on that play. Thought he got a little more, but his knee must have gone down. Second down and 9. Ball at the 35-yard line, and it's going to not go much that time, huh?
Yeah, there's a flag down. It's going to call a false start on Weslaco High. So notice now the adjustment. We talk about you make a play, I make a play, and I adjust, right?
Yeah.
Jay is now, and they're rotating guys, and they do this quite a bit, again, to keep some of these bodies fresh.
Yes.
Because they play offense, too.
All right.
That's one of the reasons.
It's funny, Weslaco's near, about the 50-yard line in their own territory, but every time I look out there, you see the Laredo Independent School District painted on the field.
Right.
But right by the eye, there's a yellow paint down there. Every time I look over there, I think there's a flag down. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I good thing I'm colorblind. I don't see yellow. No, that's always interesting.
Second down and 15. And this time, it's going to be a pickup of about 6 or 7 for Rodriguez.
Yeah, and he's got that balance. We were talking earlier on the way over here. The balance that he has to be able to stay upright at all times. We saw it happen. Who was it against? Was it Rivera or Hannah? Somebody, some
one
team.
Of the Browns
right? Somebody was trying to tackle him, and he stayed on top of the player, and he just kind of take off and then got a score here.
So pickup of 7 on the play. Third down and 8. Ball at the 34-yard line in Mustangs territory. About midway through the second quarter, 27. Mustangs lead, and this time Sepulveda has a lot of pressure, but he's going to get away. He'll throw it, and he is going to get the first down, and the ball will go down to about the 15-yard line, pickup of about 20.
Now, a lot of this is Sepulveda trying to keep calm. Yeah. Boy, the poise he's showing when the house is falling on top of you. Right. That's basically what's happening.
Did you see who got it?
Yeah, that was Ethan Cardenas, number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just came across again. He just held on long enough, and he made a defender miss, right? Andy did, and then he came up and he found Ethan, and he was able to get the ball to him at a big first down for Weslaco.
Huge. So they mark the ball at about the 18-yard line, and give him, I guess, about 17 after they finally put the ball down. But mainly it's first and 10 inside the red zone. And this time Eli has it, hesitates, runs around the left side, and he will be tackled in the open field. They do a nice job on those open field tackles, and that was Dylan Gordon, right?
Yeah, he does a good job of coming up and going low.
Yeah.
He understands. Look, I've seen enough film on this guy. We got to go low to try to bring him down, and why not? That's a good way to do it.
You talked how good he was as an offensive player. Really good on defense, too, huh?
Yeah.
True athlete.
He's basically their shutdown corner. He's basically the guy that they feel that they put on your best receiver, and he's on Frankie Trevino on this afternoon.
Right.
But you saw his tackling skills also.
Yeah. So it's going to be a loss of 3. Second down and 13, low snap. Sepulveda has it. He'll pass quickly, and it's over the head of Frankie Trevino, of course.
Yeah, all sorts of yellow. I see those now.
Yeah. Dylan was guarding him, Dylan Gordon.
Yeah, usually when it's on the other side, the yellow are very colorful and bright.
Not colorblind to that.
Not that much.
All right.
Yeah, that was Dylan has done a good job,
Yes.
but on that cross, Frankie was able to beat him to it.
Yes.
So, he held on there, and that's what they're going to call
So
here.
it's going to be first and goal to go. We see they're going to mark it probably inside the 5-yard line. Maybe right at the 5. And, of course, our Weslaco fans are out here. And no rain if you see some of the pictures of the stands. They've got their umbrellas up to protect them from the sun. And keep in mind, we're almost at Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, it's a sunny day here at Shirley Field in Laredo, that's for sure.
Yeah. We've had some cold days in playoff games in Laredo before. But this one nice. So it's first and goal to go around the 5-yard line. And Sepulveda has it. It's going to be handed off, and not much going that time for Rodriguez Jr.
Yeah, off the edge. We've been talking about him. Diego Quiroz caught the touchdown the previous plays for Jay. He comes up and now playing defense, playing off the edge. He plays defensive back. He's a safety. Remember, he's coming up. He's blitzing. This team is coming up to try to slow down the run. They understand they need more bodies. Really, the Weslaco offensive line has been doing a good job. It's not until they bring more than you can handle, 6, 7 guys, and even more. They're bringing them off the edges and from all over the place.
It's going to be a loss of 1 on that play. A second and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Sepulveda rolls to his right, feels the pressure, and he is going to be tackled back about the 16. That's going to be a loss of close to 10.
Yeah, here comes the defensive end, Emmanuel Ramirez. The senior comes off the middle there, and he's able to push his way back in there and make a play. Boy, Jay really needed that. Weslaco had some momentum going. They have another third down coming up here. See what Weslaco wanted? Weslaco wanted to go to Frankie Trevino in the end zone. Nothing ever really materialized out there.
All right, so it is going to be back at the 15. Third and goal to go from the 15-yard line. Officially a loss of 9 on that sack. And again, Sepulveda back to pass. And he misses the intended receiver, Jaden Garcia.
So now this is interesting. Do you try a field goal here, or do you now? That's going to answer my question as we see Betancourt, number 34.
Yeah, I think so. Because then you're down, by 2 scores. I think it's
Weslaco gets the ball to start off the second half. So, yeah, that makes a little sense.
No, I like it. I like the call. How long is this going to be? It looks like it's going to be about, well, if it's back about 34 yards, if it's back at the 24.
This is within Betancourt's range.
Yes. Puts it up. It looks like it's going to be...
Ooh, just a little short.
Yeah, no good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you got to give it a try. You figured let's get some points out.
So with 3:04 remaining here in the first half, 27 Panthers behind Mustangs. This is a KWES production. One thing, we talked to a couple of seniors that are not able to play this game, and fortunately I have a very bad memory for numbers, but for some reason I just like these guys, and I remembered their numbers this year. They're both out for the season with injuries. Jeremiah Salinas, who used to play on defense, he only played, I think, the first game against Mercedes, got injured. He has 1 catch for 31 yards. See, I'm not even using my papers right now. And then we also met Harley, and now we have the kick, right?
Yeah, no, this is right off the bat here for the offense. So, again, we're talking about a bunch play. That's what they had.
Yeah, of course. They missed on fourth
here
down.
comes the all sorts of tricks now coming out of Coach Gutierrez's bag here, right?
Yeah.
They started all bunched together. It looks like they were in the
huddle.
huddle.
Wound up with it?
That was Gutierrez running with the ball. Yeah, they did that. They kind of, again, they're trying to bring all sorts of surprises.
So he got about 20 yards on that.
Yeah. Yeah, the coaches here.
Yeah, saying gunner,
some screaming. You know,
and
it's
Jackson Gutierrez is not going to get much that time.
That's going to be looks like Mota to see if he gets up. Yeah, that's
about 3.
That's number 4. They've been running out of time here. I mean, it's 2:45. You still have time. You still have timeouts if you want them.
Yes.
San Antonio has 2 of them.
Right.
They want to run the ball.
And this time, it's going to be a nice gain. It's going to be up to about the 50. So it's going to be a first down.
You know, the comparison that Coach Stroman said about, you might have missed it with us when we covered last year.
Right.
We went to go back to the point this game against Hannah's, as they tend to wait, injured Weslaco player.
Yeah.
We went, and there was running back's name was Peña. right? And he was a running back that did well. He had a lot of yards. As a matter of fact, I believe that year he was the leading rusher for our district. But anyway, he said, look, he's the type of runner because he's small, and what you see in Mota, but he's strong and he's quick, and you have to be able to tackle him. If you don't, he would get a lot of extra yards. And you're seeing that with Mota here this afternoon.
Yeah, Mota just on that last run, right?
Right. Yeah.
And again, we wanted to mention one more time. You and I both met him. We were talking about Jeremiah Salinas, how it was good to see him before the game. We also saw senior Harley Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And I remembered what he had, 5 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. He got injured a few games into the season, and they both love the fact that we remember their statistics, and we wish them the best in the future. We do that to them personally and also here on the air.
Matt Gomez is coming off the field. He seems to be walking off at his own power.
He's had a pretty good year, huh?
He's got a great – last week, boy, man, he was on every tackle, it seemed like.
Yeah. So it is going to be 1st and 10 ball at the 48-yard line in Weslaco territory. This time a screen pass. There's a flag, and this will pick up the first down and a little more. But again, a flag. So
I think this is going to go back.
This is going to go back.
Jay. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It was Jaden Pritchett. You talked about him a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah,
tell us about him.
We'll wait for the call here. See, I wonder now if it's. Let's give it a second here for our referee Lance Mathis, who will give us a call. Well, maybe not. I was thinking that maybe. Okay, so let's go back to let's talk a little bit about him. Yeah, he's another player that again they haven't used quite yet. And so they will use him every now and then, and you saw it used there.
Yeah.
They have certain plays that Coach Gutierrez said that we like to run with him. He's a good player. He's a player that we can count on, and he spells some of the other starters. So he's got a very specific, special role on this team.
All right, so it's going to be a first down. And this time, a running play and only going to pick up a couple. Right? Quarterback keeper, right?
Yeah, right down the left side. They're trying to excellent play there by Cadena. We also had number 42, who's been an excellent player here, Marcus Valdez, defensive tackle. They use him in speed. They also have Christian Sanchez out there now. Plays linebacker, but he's playing defensive end. He's one of those guys that you can mix around. It's
going to be 2nd and 8. Pritchett, by the way, 9 catches for about 160 yards and 3 touchdowns this season. And didn't you say sometimes they look at the coach on the sidelines and then just do something crazy?
Yeah, that's part of their bag of tricks. They didn't do it here, but they do that,
Now it's going to be a pass forward, and it's going to be a first down to around the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal to go, and that was a pickup of about 25 yards.
So now you're starting to see some of the players. Yeah, Gordon. We mentioned Pritchett a little while ago, right? We're talking about him, and you saw him on the previous play. Now you see Dylan Gordon out there. Now, you're trying to start to see now certain plays being called for different guys, right?
So it is going to be 1st and goal to go, ball at the 10-yard line. Can't get a first down, have to score. And
they're going hot now.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Big 99 is playing fullback. If you look at him back there, they're going to call a timeout.
Right. 49 seconds remaining. What is the timeout situation?
So right now with that one, it looks like Weslaco still has one.
Okay.
And the Mustangs have one as well.
All right. So that's our situation.
Now, the coaches saw something. Now, let me go back to say what was the formation here. You saw Jaden Simmons,
right?
Number 99, plays defensive tackle, but he also plays fullback on this offense. We asked Coach Stroman, and then we asked Coach Gutierrez. Coach Stroman, you see that happening? What do you call it? He said, we call it tank, right? That's what they call it. So we asked Coach Gutierrez. He said,
Does he clap the hands, too, like you do?
He claps the hands.
All right.
Coach Gutierrez on the other side, we asked him, hey, Coach, so what do you call it? He goes, well, we're out there, and, he turns around. He's not as he doesn't clap the hands, but he goes, we're going hot. So when they go hot, that's when you see it. So right now they're going hot.
I remember a song called that.
That's going to go back somebody. Yeah, you're right. On your left side, watch him. See if they follow him.
So 1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line. And again, it's going to be a handoff.
Yep.
And it's going to be good for about 9 yards. So that was Mota getting almost to the goal line.
On that play, Jaden Simmons didn't find anybody to block. He just was looking for a purple jersey. Nobody was there. But he had the right intention. To see if they do it now. They're going to send him, watch him now on the right side, right behind your right tackle.
Gain of 7, ball at the 2-yard line, and there's a whistle before the play is snapped.
Yeah, I think Coach Stroman is going to call timeout.
Yeah. And speaking of Coach Stroman, I want to compliment Carlos Robledo and the staff of KWES doing a nice feature this week on Coach Stroman's mother.
Right.
We talked to him before the game. this was really an emotional day for him. Talk about the relationship of this area and his late mother who passed away before the football season.
Yeah, about a memorable season going undefeated, right? That doesn't happen all the time. So that's enough. But obviously, on the sad side, when you lose your mom in the beginning of the season, it always takes a toll, no matter who it is. And this kind of goes back full circle.
Yeah.
He said, look, we're going to Laredo. My mom lived in Laredo. She was there from Laredo.
Yeah.
He says, look, we're going to stop and practice. Yesterday, they practiced there at the practice field at Hembronville.
That's actually where she was from, right?
Yeah, they have a house there still.
Okay.
Coach has a place of his own in that area. So this kind of reminds him of things kind of coming back home and things. Special season, special memories for him.
That's right. And again, the players have dedicated this season to his mother, and it's just all very respectful. And again, once again, like we said before, our condolences on that situation. So it is going to be 2nd and goal to go, and it looks like a touchdown. It looks like second.
But nobody's called
fumble.
it.
I don't know.
That was a fumble, but nobody called a touchdown.
Yeah.
The officials are now looking at it, and this is going to be a touchback. They're calling a touchback. The defense stops San Antonio Jay here.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So,
they went big.
Got to say it. Could this be the turning point in the game?
Well, you stop them with 13 seconds left on the clock, and you could make this a 2-3 game score.
Right.
Now it's just a 2-game score here. So, this is
well, I'm going to be honest. If they would have gone in and that touchdown would have been scored, we're not saying they couldn't come back, but it would have been a big, big mountain to climb.
Sure, it makes
it
things
still
a lot
is. It still is.
Right.
But now it seems a lot more reasonable.
So basically, they went hot.
Yeah.
Weslaco says we're going to try to. Good timeout there used by Coach Stroman. They were able to get the ball in the end zone for a touchback. Weslaco ball.
Yeah. All right. So 13 seconds. I would assume I don't know what they'll do here.
Just a run, I would figure.
Yeah.
Right?
Again, the ball at the 20. And it will be a running play. Rodriguez, you never know with him.
That's a face mask. Yeah, it's going to give you 15 yards.
So he got up to about the 25, about 5 yards, and then, of course, the face mask penalty.
Yeah, I don't know if that helps. It's 15 yards.
Yeah. But, I mean, are you almost in the area where you could really throw it?
That's
maybe not a Hail Mary to the end zone, but one that could maybe a guy could get it and run to the end zone reasonably.
Maybe look at your special play, right?
Yeah, your special play.
The special play.
Put some special sauce on it.
Yeah, the super-duper play.
Yeah. All right. So, again, the Weslaco fans got some cowbells here, right?
Yeah. They brought them from home.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, they probably at the, when you cross into the Falfores checkpoint, what do you have to declare? A cowbell. Ding, ling, ling, ling.
Now, are they going to be able to get it off? The clock is moving, so I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that's the end of the half.
That's going to be it. So, we have gone through one half of play. Again, this is the area round, second round of the playoffs. And again, exciting game, a lot been happening. This is the 2023 UIL Texas Football State Championships. And again, Weslaco trailing right now, San Antonio J. And quick words, Fred, before we
Adjustments, regroup, and I think, you held them earlier. You got a chance for it. Let's go.
All right. So it's 27, the Mustangs over the Panthers. This is a KWES production. We'll be back with the second half. And we are back. We are here today in beautiful Laredo, Texas. It's Shirley Field along with Football Fred. I'm Scott Harrison. The KWES crew helping us bring you live on YouTube high school football. Weslaco Panthers, the home team today, coached by Roy Stroman. And, of course, they are out of District 32-6A, 11-0 this season, 5-0 in District. And they are taking on the Mustangs out of San Antonio, John Jay. They had a good year. They only had 2 losses. They were 9-2, 6-2 in District. And after the first half of action, it is the Mustangs leading 20-7. And we'll see that Jack Moda, he has 8 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Gutierrez, 4 rushes for 26 yards and a touchdown. Passing, the quarterback, 6 of 7 for 172 yards and a touchdown. Weslaco, Eli Rodriguez Jr., 13 carries for 35 yards. Quarterback, Andy Sepulveda, 5 of 16 passing. And also, as far as rushing, 6 of 9 for 84 yards. So that was pretty good. I believe he rushed for the only touchdown, right?
Right.
And again, Fred, Football Fred, what do you think about this first half?
You know, they exactly what Weslaco wanted to do. Be patient on offense, but they got to get started. They got to go fast now. They got to put some points up there. And, you know, we've got to get an opportunity to do so on offense first. So hopefully that'll work out for us here as Chris Luna brings it right back.
Right.
For Wesco.
And who knows? Maybe Chris Luna will be the future quarterback of this team.
Never
in future
know.
seasons.
Hey, so before we get out of business, there's some folks back home, back in Wesco. We got to say hi to folks over at the Elks Lodge watching today. Some folks. Hey, if you're watching us, you're of the many folks and family together. Maybe you got everybody together, the family. We're happy you're with us. All your friends here from KWES, say hello to you, to the faithful Panther Nation. We're happy you're with us here this afternoon.
And their flag helps bring the team out.
Yeah, the Elks Lodge did that as well.
We met those gentlemen before the game.
Good guys.
All right, it is first down. And the ball's at the 25-yard line. Eli Rodriguez Jr., we talked about him. He'll run the ball, and he will get about 5 yards. And again, we want to thank Mike Gonzalez for the halftime stats. He, of course, a reporter for KWES and also does the pre- and post-game shows with our boss, Carlos Robledo. Well, he gave us the stats, and we see Eli adding to him with 5 yards.
I'm so happy Mike is here with us. He's the number guru. You and I, well, not so much. But, yeah, he does a good job with that. Thanks, Mike.
All right, so it is going to be, they actually give him 6, second down and 4. And again, Weslaco got the ball, getting things started here. See what they can do. It'd be huge if they could get a touchdown on this drive, but it's going to be a hard way to do that with no gain on that run.
So in the beginning of the game, just kind of recap, San Antonio Jay came back and they started with a 4-man base, but then they went to the 5-man, 5 guys at the line. Mm-hmm. They're starting here, going back. Looks like they want to start going back to that 5. Now, it doesn't really matter at this point because they have the 4 guys on the line. But they're bringing a lot of different guys coming off the edge of the middle. Look at that defense. That has been the difference here, where they've been able to sack Weslaco and put them under some pressure. See if that continues.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Principal Morales during halftime, and she's going to be a little analyst for us, too, all right?
All right.
She said Weslaco is a second-half team, so she's helping us out. And, again, there's going to be a timeout for Weslaco.
She is correct in that.
Yeah.
That I will tell you.
And, you know, we appreciate all she does. She's here today, obviously.
Yeah.
And she was a former athlete herself.
Yes.
And, does a good job of everything with the school. So, again, a timeout and, you know, try to get things together. And, you know, Weslaco, they've had a good season. Let's talk about if they do win, what will happen.
So this is interesting because, you know, if Weslaco wins or San Antonio Jay, it doesn't happen very often. Both Coach Stroman and Coach Gutierrez said, look, it's interesting that 4 teams that are at this level can get together and all agree, all coaches agree on where to play. So all of them, with the 2 teams here today, San Antonio Jay and Weslaco High, along with Converse Judson and Dripping Springs, okay? Those guys all got together and said, look, regardless of who wins and whatever, we're going to play at the Alamo Dome next Saturday at 11 a.m.
All right.
So that's the plan. So the winner from tonight or this afternoon takes on Dripping Springs or Converse Judson.
And I believe that if Weslaco would have won this game and that game, they'd still be in the Alamo Dome for the next round, too, right?
Yes. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So that's an update on that situation. And, again, it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Weslaco in their own territory. And, again, the ball is at the 26-yard line. Sepulveda will throw the ball over on the right side.
Nice catch.
Yeah, Jaden Garcia.
Yeah, he's been there. Again, they're giving him space. So Jaden is taking advantage of it. And again, and he continues to impress with his throw. I mean, remember, he's thrown from the middle of the field out to the other side of the field, right on target.
Needed about 3, got 6. So it's going to be first down and 10 ball at the 33-yard line. If you're familiar with the stadium, they are moving toward the end with the scoreboard. And again, it is going to be Sepulveda with the ball, and he has got some moves, and he is going to get a few yards. Gets down to about the 35, so picks up a few.
Yeah, there's some major crashing going on between the offense and defense.
Yeah.
You see different players come in different types of formations. You're going to see here, one of the interesting things they come in is they bring in Brandon Valdez, offensive lineman, and they also bring Big 72, Matt Reyes. When they want to go big, this is what they're doing. They're going big. They're putting extra guys on the line, taking out a receiver and making this, in essence, a really, really tough running team.
So the ball is at the 35-yard line, second down and 8. Opening 2.5 minutes of the second half. Eli Rodriguez Jr. gets away from a couple of defenders, but he's going to be thrown for a loss.
Yeah, Sebastian Urbina, great penetration. They're being able to get there quickly. A lot of speed, team speed. We'll tell you this on San Antonio J. Weslaco usually, especially Eli, who's got some speed, can get out in the corner. It's just having a hard time doing it now. You see the speed that the San Antonio J has at those linebacker spots. They're very quick.
So a loss on that play of 6. It's going to be a 3rd and 14 ball at the 29-yard line. And Weslaco has done a pretty good job of ball control.
I think so.
But, again, this other team just can make the big plays today. I think that's one of the differences.
Right.
We'll see what happens here in the second half. Trips on the right side. Pass in that direction. And it's going to be Aiden Morales. And he is going to get the first down at the 46-yard line. So he's going to get about 17 yards.
He's a tough runner.
Yeah.
He's a guy that doesn't go down on the first contact. You've got to get either 2 guys on him or 1 guy's not going to be enough. And you figure, well, he's a wide receiver. But he's literally a wide receiver / tight end. He plays that spot that Felipe Bruneda, who's injured out for the season. Hello to him.
Oh, yeah,
as well.
Great guy.
Yeah, he's kind of taking that spot. So now, again, you kind of now get a sense why he's so tough to bring down a bigger, bulkier, good receiving tight end. And
Weslaco's already taken 4 minutes off the clock here on the opening drive of the second half. It's going to be first down and 10. And once again, Rodriguez has it, and he'll pick up maybe 3.
Yeah, big cans of Leandro Holland there, the defensive tackle, the senior defensive tackle, just kind of putting up his big old paw, big old hand there, bringing it down Eli. That's not hard. That's not easy to do. That's a hard thing to do.
I know people have talked about Eli's performance this year. I think a lot of people thought he would do good, even his dad. But I don't think anybody would have thought that he would have had this kind of year. Like close to 1,500 yards rushing and all those touchdowns. I think he has like about 26 total between running and passing. So an amazing year for him. And he will get the ball once again. And he is going to not get much on that play, maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, being pushed back here right in the middle. Watch the offense and the defense go at it. Number 99, Jaden Simmons, and number 97, Leandro Holland. Those 2 guys on the inside, defensive tackles. Watch them try to disrupt the run. Try to hit the center here for the Panthers here. The number 55, Abraham Garces. Watch that all afternoon. That's been a matchup.
Again, no gain. 3rd down and 7, ball at the 50-yard line. Sepulveda back to pass. Looks like he might have a receiver open. Did he catch it?
Nope. They're not going to give it to him.
All right. It was right in front of the player's bench. It was Frankie Trevino. He went down low for it, but couldn't quite scoop it up.
Going to bring up a 4th down now for Weslaco High. It moved okay. They just couldn't capitalize on it. Really, the running game has been stifled quite a bit by those 2 guys in the middle. 97 and 99. Man, those guys are hard to handle right in the middle there.
And, they used up, about 5 minutes and 25 seconds on the opening drive.
Right.
Moved it to midfield from about the 20, so got about 30 yards, but couldn't get into scoring territory. Yes, very good kick.
Go get it.
And if that could have been gotten and down at the 2, it would have been huge.
Yeah, that was probably one of the better kicks we've seen Frankie doing quite a bit.
And, of course, Frankie, some amazing catches. Remember the double overtime against San Benito that gave us the district title?
Yeah, he gave you and I a heart attack. It's a small one, but no, it was a great play.
It was just, that going back to that one, it was double overtime. It was, 1st and 10 at the 25, and there was Sepulveda finding him in the end zone right in the middle for the 25-yard touchdown that gave Weslaco the victory. I think it was something like 27-21. All right, and that was in San Benito, too.
Yep. So
it's going to be a pass over to the right side, and it looks like it'll be a little short of the first down. Let's see who caught it.
Yeah, way out there. Yeah. That looks to be number 6 here, far away from us. So that's DeMarcus Scheinert.
All right.
Yeah, he was.
I think that's his first catch of the day.
Yep, he was out there, made a quick kick. Now again, here comes the official change now for Weslaco.
Yeah.
Not more of a 3-down lineman. 3-4 look now. It was changed a little bit.
Real quick, it was a gain of 9, a 2nd down and 1. And it's going to be a running play, going to be a first down and a lot more. So that's going to be about a 10-yard gain that is, and Mota with the rush.
And he's been able to find doesn't need much either.
Yes.
He's that got as quickness that he has. First 2 steps are fast. Mm-hmm. So now on defense, it's interesting because Pablo Cadena, you have him out there. Matt Garza's out there. And then if you're Darren Hanks in the middle, those 3 playmakers are there. They're relying on their seniors. And then right in the middle, you have your linebackers, Marquez Valdez, who's usually a defensive tackle, defensive end, playing right in the middle now as a linebacker, along with Estebanes and Rivera.
So it's going to be first down and 10, ball at the 37-yard line in Mustangs territory. And
now Darren is saying, pointing to the other way, it looks like, they moved the ball.
All right.
So you kind of flinch a little. I've always said it. Us big guys, when we flinch, we move. It's not a flinch. It's not a little move.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to see everybody move.
Isn't there another game going on right now with one of our district
32 6A team, San Benito. Playing here. We'll get you a second here after this play. They're looking. So you better be careful here. Like to snap the ball and go, but no, they looks like they're really getting a play here. Jackson waiting for receiver right up the middle there. Some tackling going on. Yeah, San Benito's taking on Ledee United here this afternoon, and the score we had was 28-14 right at the half.
All right.
So that's just a score to pass along. I know it means a lot to the us that are in 32-6A. We support after the district season. We all kind of follow and support each other. So we're hoping that they do well here, and I know they will do for the same for us.
Mota picked up a couple yards. It's going to be a 2nd down and 13, ball at the 34-yard line. About 4:30. It's been a fast-moving quarter so far. A lot of running for both teams.
This is where we see a slant coming up for Dylan Gordon. We see this before. See how the Panthers handle this, if they can drop back into a zone or see what they want to do. There's that quick pass to Dylan.
Right, over there on the right side. Mm-hmm. And he is going to get, it looks like, close to the first down. He needed 13. He might have gotten it.
I was thinking more of a slant, but they went at him quickly on the wide receiver screen, and he's got the abilities, you can see. As soon as he catches that senior wide receiver to make things happen, they want you to try to come up and make a tackle. You have to make a tackle. If not, he'll do that kind of stuff.
Okay, I guess he went out early. It's hard to see from the far end of the field. So he only gained 10 yards on that, so it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Still a nice gain by Dylan. Is that why they call him Dylan up, right?
Dialing it up. That's what he's doing.
Spelled like Dylan, but pronounced it Dylan. All right. Pitch over there on the left side, and met immediately. Wow.
Chris Luda.
Yeah.
Hey, what did this say?
Mota.
That Mota was the running back. Chris Luda with the hit.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that makes his cousins that are United States Air Force and those family members up in Florida happy. Big hit by Luna.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looked like he got hit by a jet aircraft on one of the Air Force planes, right?
Hey, you put it together with the Air Force family.
Well, we try. Right. I haven't done anything about in the Navy yet.
Yeah, not
the
quite.
Other quarterback.
We're still waiting on it.
Yeah, of course. Many people may remember the Village People. So.
That's a high snap.
A high snap.
Get it. Here comes Weslaco.
This could be the key to the game. Oh, my gosh. He tries to pass it off, throws it off.
That's going to be a flag, and he did it in the end zone. That's going to be a safety.
Oh, my gosh.
That should be a safety if he threw it out of the end zone.
You knew why he threw it again? Yeah. That was the quarterback. He's the
quarterback. We'll see if they mark him either in the end zone or right outside. That'll be the key here. We'll see here in a minute. But let's see what they call. The officials coming up. Let's see what Coach Mathis. Well, you said changing the thing.
Yeah.
Here it is, intentional grounding. It's going to be against them. All right, we saw that. But then what happens? That's going to be they're going to give it a first down for Weslaco. So right where he threw it out, probably at the 1-yard line.
Wow.
That's even better, actually, than the safety.
Yes.
We're thinking if he threw it out, he was still in
And the reason
field.
we say that, you don't want to take points off the board, but we've kind of been struggling moving the ball since early.
Well,
so this could be the motivation. You get that touchdown, hopefully, and then who knows what will happen.
Yeah, this got from good to even better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Panthers
So
are the first goal.
First and goal to go at the 1-yard line.
Panther push. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were able to get anything.
Sepulveda.
Do you have to be a weightlifter in order to be part of the Panther push? I mean, do you have to be a strong guy, I figured.
Football Fred coined last week. Of course, there's something in the NFL called the tush push. But Football Fred decided he would customize it.
Yes, we have to customize it, definitely. That tush push reminds me of another team that I don't want to really think about.
Did you say the Philadelphia Eagles? I said it, not you.
You see? No.
It's a Dallas Cowboys fan talking there.
I tell you.
Football Fred. All right, it is going to be second down. Goal to go. And Rodriguez really got going for a loss.
Zach Mota coming up from his middle linebacker spot. Shot out a cannon, man. It looks like nobody touched him.
Wow.
Comes up and wow, what a play by Mota. Yeah, he's Jack's twin brother, in case you're wondering. They look the same, different numbers, different positions.
Yes.
But boy, man, they've had their impact here, both the Mota brothers here.
So it's a loss of 5 on the play.
Oh.
Third and goal from the 6. Do you pass?
I would. At this point, I mean, you're dial up your best play to Frankie if you can.
Right.
Jaden's been another guy. See here.
Weslaco's had the ball for almost, 8 minutes of this quarter, but still no points on the board. Sepulveda rolls to his right, looking down the middle, and that's like when Frankie caught the pass that won that game, but this time it's Jaden Garcia, right?
Jaden Garcia in the back of the end zone.
6-yard touchdown. And again, it reminded me so much. Of course, that was a 25-yard pass that beat San Benito. That was just 6, but it came at a key time, and he was open just down the middle.
Threading the needle,
yes.
Andy. Let me tell you, that was on a rope. An intended receiver caught it, but a defender had a chance at it, too. Extra point is up, and that is good.
All right, we have 1:51 remaining here in the third quarter. First points of the second half. And right now is the Mustangs 6 up on the Panthers in the area round of the playoffs, 2014. And again, we'll have to see. And this is important, folks, okay? We're all excited about this, but now we've got to see the Panthers defense step up.
Yeah, and they've
not allow big plays.
And if you joined us from the beginning, you notice that they've had some trouble slowing down this offense.
Right.
Now, they stopped them earlier. Remember the punt, and then that's what caused the touchdown, that the punt, that the first punt of the game went over the head of Jackson.
Again, no offense, Football Fred, you're a great analyst, but maybe Principal Morales will be the best analyst of all today. She's the one that said to me at halftime, Weslaco is a second half
team. All right, call her over. She can have my headphones. That's it.
We have a lot of fun with her. We enjoy, working with her.
It's great. Yeah. It really is.
She's one of the, again, dealing with administration sometimes in schools. You don't know what you're going to get, but she is just so charming and so fun to, maybe because she used to be an athlete.
Yeah, enjoys this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. All right, and she's so active. She goes to so many different things. All right, ball will be kicked off to the 10, and it is going to be brought up to about the 28-yard line, and a nice return on that play. And was that Jaden Pritchett?
Yeah, Jaden. Again, we haven't seen him get involved in the offense way too much. Not much.
Right.
They again, spot play for him this afternoon, basically. But here they are bunched up again. They're on the corner over there. See them bunched up?
Yeah.
You got to get over there, or they're coming this way. That last time they run from that little bunch play, and then they ran from there.
So it's going to be first down and 10 at the 27-yard line. Moving away from the scoreboard is the Mustangs, the designated visiting team today. And this time, Mota gets a yard.
Yeah, maybe. Boy, let me tell you, a nice play there by Josh Rivetta. He had him in the backfield. He had him for a loss. Still a minimal gain. Boy, Josh coming off his linebacker spot, telling Matt, I had him. He's talking to him there. I had him. I tell you that I had him.
All right, so it's going to be officially a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Ball at the 30-yard line. Approaching 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Very fast-moving quarter.
Yeah.
Trips on the left side. Now one in motion. That's Pritchard. And a running play, and this time it's going to be a nice carry close to 10 yards and the first down for Moda.
Yeah, you got to give credit to that offensive line who's on it. This is not an easy defense to run on for Weslaco. One of the best in the valley. Joshua Campo, we talked about him. Joshua Reyes, Plaxico Walker. These guys, Vicente Acuña, Sebastian Lopez, all those guys are really getting the job done. Trying to open up holes for Jackson Gutierrez and also Mota back there in the backfield.
So first down and 10, a ball on the 41-yard line, still in Mustangs territory. And Jackson will try to pass the ball ahead and gets it down close to a first down, once again to Dylan Gordon.
Yeah, coming across, needed some time. Pablo Cadena applied the pressure. He gets out of the initial block.
Yeah,
he was able
it's
to
going to be a
shed
first down.
Yeah, and he was able to put some pressure, but still nice catch. It was a little bit behind Dylan.
Right.
And so we still able, nice grab by him.
So ball at the 48-yard line in Weslaco territory. And again, probably not another play going to be gotten off.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Weslaco scores the only points of the third quarter on the pass after the turnover. And, of course, that went to one of their receivers. And, again, we have gone now through 3 quarters of play. And it is the Mustangs over the Panthers, 20-14. This is a KWES production.
Exciting, huh?
Yes. What can you say?
I hope you all home are entertained.
Yes.
Folks here, let me tell you, all of a sudden after that bad snap,
right,
that led to the really good field position that led to a touchdown for Weslaco.
Yeah, Jaden Garcia got 6 yards.
The crowd here just changed. All of a sudden, the air is back into this place, man. Now everybody's up and at him, and I hope at home here too.
And one thing besides, obviously, key in that quarter, getting the turnover on the punt attempt, Weslaco kept the ball probably, and I'm just estimating, maybe 7 to 8 minutes.
Right. Yeah, so they're doing their best they can on offense to try to keep this offense from going as much as possible. But I just think that they're going to try some things. They have to try them. At least Jay will. They've still got some tricks up their sleeve, I believe. Coach Gutierrez brought his bag today.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to talk about our defensive coach. He always has a saying of the day when we get a break. Just be ready for that,
yeah.
Okay? All right. It is going to be the first play of the fourth quarter and a reverse, jet sweep, whatever you want to call it. And it only gets a couple yards, and, again, it was Dylan Gordon.
Takes too long. Just takes too long. This defense, excellent play. Even though he didn't make a tackle, we got to give him credit. Chris Luna at least slowed him down.
Yes.
He went back there. He had to jump, and by the time you break the stride, it gave the opportunity to Rivera come up and clean him up, and then also Devin Solis coming up at 8-0 came up and making a play.
Second down and 7, a ball at the 44-yard line into Weslaco territory. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, 6-point lead for the Mustangs, 20-14. One back in the backfield. That's Jake. Slot in motion. And this time the ball is fumbled, and that is going to be a loss of about 3 yards. They do recover, 3 or 4 yard loss, but it's going to be third down and 10. Now what?
Well, Pablo Cadena wanted to tell Jackson that he did a good job, but Pablo came up, and boy, that's going to cost him 15. We talked about these type of things. Now, there was nothing really that happened. He came up and he just told them something, and it's the magic word, and that gives you 15 yards.
He told it to the player or the official?
Yeah, to the player. You know, he came up. We don't know what was said, but,
no, it doesn't
but
matter.
It was enough to where you see this happen, and sometimes that's a big difference, right? I mean, you had him there. You had him pinned for a loss. It was after a fumble.
And it would have been third down and long.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens sometimes, and boy, you know.
All right, well, we can't worry about it.
Sure.
But we really need to stop him now because we talked to their coach. He said he felt pretty comfortable, their coach.
No.
That a 40-yard field goal attempt would be okay for this guy.
Right.
So we'll have to see. This time, running play, and Mota gets nothing.
Yeah, right up the middle. Right up where you have your running backs coming like they've been running, have success. Up there to make the play was Hanks along with number 45. We're talking about the linebackers, Christian Sanchez, who we couldn't play. He's playing so good. Coach says, I can't take him out. He's just that type of guy. He's been playing really good. You know, he's got other athletes. He can also come in, but this is a deep team this year, especially that spot.
Well, you do such a good job being our analyst, we can't shut you up either. But it's good. Both are good.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, but both are good. All right, so it is going to be 2nd down and 11. A 1-yard loss on that play. And again, a running play, and it's going to be good for a first down. Picks up about 12 on that. It's a quarterback keeper, Jackson Gutierrez.
So you see the Jackson here, number 8. He decides. He runs this offense. Coach's son, he knows it better than probably anybody on the field. Says, we're going to run the RPO. If it's there, you take it. If it's not, throw it or pitch. They like to pitch it as well.
I do want to mention this before I forget. We asked the coach about his son, who recruited him. He said it was basically the military academies.
Yep.
And he chose the Naval Academy to commit.
Yep. So that's where he's headed. And so, he continues to obviously get an education, but hopefully he can play some football as well.
All right, it's 1st and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line in Weslaco territory, getting very close to field goal range. And that's important because it could make it a 2-score game. Quarterback keeps it again, and he is going to go all the way. 23-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, we see that play that we talked about when they go hot, and that's exactly who they followed, right behind big number 99. And then after that, Jackson can do the rest. Jackson can be able to run, and he's tough to bring down. He's a bigger quarterback, and he's a 6 feet tall quarterback. He's got some weight on him, so once he gets going, you have to really hit him.
Yeah.
Because if not, he's going to do that. He's just going to walk in.
Gutierrez again on the touchdown. Extra point attempt coming up. Right now it's 26-14. Trying to make it a 13-point lead. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So we have 9:19 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's now 27-14. Mustangs over the Panthers. This is a KWES production. Football, Fred, obviously the penalty, was critical. But
sure,
again, we can't put it all on that young man. You got to be able to stop those big plays. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
That's been one of the keys, one of the downfalls for Weslaco. They've been giving up too many big plays today.
And Mike is telling us that took 8 plays, 72 yards, led to a touchdown. So, yeah, you see that kind of stuff that Weslaco High has to kind of contend with on defense.
Right.
They're trying to slow things down, still trying to find a good personnel. They've tried different things. They went to 5, they went to 4, and then they went to 3. And again, they're trying different guys at different spots. They've had to do this throughout the year, throughout the season against different clubs in 32-6A. They're trying to do the same here on the run, I guess we could say, with this San Antonio Jay offense.
Beautiful day. Probably in the low 80s out here. Don't think wind is much of a factor. So, again, the sun obviously is bright. A lot of our fans brought their umbrellas today. And there's the kickoff down to the 10-yard line. And it will be returned to about the 30, 40. And this is huge. We're down at the 30. No, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah.
He's out of bounds. That was our buddy Eli Rodriguez Jr. And again, we thought he might go all the way, but even I thought he might have stepped out. And so I kind of tapered my enthusiasm.
I've come to imagine when we see a run with Eli.
Yeah.
I imagine in my head where he's, when you drive with the car, you go, and then all of a sudden, you kind of, that's what he did, right?
You just about blew my ears out. Park your car somewhere else. No, all seriousness, he got, about a 40-yard return on that kickoff.
Nice.
So it's inside the territory of the Mustangs at the 48, and it's going to be a running play for him, and he is going to still do well, not too tired out. Got about 5 on that one.
Yeah, they're going to try that. Why not continue doing it? I mean, I know it's the fourth quarter, but, you stick with what you brought you to the dance, right? This is what got you here, so this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to mix it up again. We talked about the balance, right? Weslaco looks really impressive.
Right.
They can balance things out.
We've got Garcia, one wide out, Trevino the other one. And again, we have a player in the slot. Rodriguez the running back, Sepulveda the quarterback. And this time he is going to throw to, it looked like Rodriguez.
Yep.
And ball was short.
Just couldn't get there. A lot of pressure being applied by number 97 for the San Antonio Jay Mustangs. And he's had a great game here, Leandrew Holland. He's one of these guys that produces, not just stops the run, but he's got enough athleticism to be able to run out of there and make some plays.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 ball in the 44. Gotta imagine this is a 2-down play.
Yeah, I think so.
On offense.
Yeah,
not going to punt. Not going to punt. Not at this stage in the game.
Field goal doesn't do any good either, does it?
And, not really.
Okay.
You're not going to get that many more possessions. That's the point. Especially with his team and their big plays, talking about the Mustangs. All right, that's a pass play, and Sepulveda tries to get it to Trevino, and he was guarded by Dylan that time, and it looked like possibly there could have been a pass interference. You don't know, but those guys were playing pretty close, those two.
Yeah, well, Coach Stroman agrees with you.
Yeah.
He's out there talking.
And again, we're not trying to be homers. I'm really trying to judge this fairly.
You know, and he's talking to the side judge there.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed to be a little bit draped on our guy. You know, Dylan's a great defensive back, but
Jermil Batee gives a nice explanation to Coach. Coach satisfied, not happy with the decision, but he's satisfied.
Well, what you going to do? You know, you can't lose composure. You can't lose control of yourself. So it's going to be 4th down and 6. Very critical play in this game. And Sepulveda will go back to pass. He's got a guy open, and it's going to be, I think, a first down. Yes.
Morales dived backwards.
But I think he went forward then, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for a moment,
first down. It's a first down.
Oh, my gosh. For a moment, I thought he was going to be stopped short. But he got just about the 6 yards he needs. So Aiden Morales gets the first down. I mean, you know, this is the difference in the game. Had he been stopped, this might have been the game.
You know, wide receiver hands, tight end physicality.
But, again, first down and 10, ball at the 38-yard line. We've got a slot on the left side. Sepulveda feels the pressure. He's going to run, and he will fall ahead maybe for one or back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, it's easier said than done from up here, right? But he had Eli on the flat wide open, and he also had coming across.
Let me ask you, because you're the former player here. Was the reason those guys were open because a blitz was on?
Well, the blitz was on, and then they ran some nice patterns. They were able to get out, and where there's nobody is. I mean, there's just numbers, right?
Yeah.
You don't have enough guys to go out there. But I'm sure the coaches see that. Let's see if they go back to it.
Where his knee went down, they actually set a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12, ball back at the 40 in Weslaco territory. And my gosh, what pressure again. But this time it's caught, and that is going to be a gain down to about the 36-yard line, gain of 4. Let's see who got it.
Yeah, it looks like Eli Rodriguez was the receiver. They try to get the ball into him. You know, how do you beat a blitz? Well, you set up a screen, right?
Yeah,
Everybody says everybody's in front of you, coming at you. You get them right behind him, and that's what Weslaco tried to do. Except there was a nice play there made by Elijah Baldwin, the tight end slash.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, defensive end.
He's tall guy, right?
Tall guy. Yeah, he came up and made a tackle.
All right, Sepulveda back to pass. And he is going to throw this down. Looks like our guy is open, and he is, and he's out at the 5-yard line. What a pass. What a route.
Yeah.
Jaden Garcia was wide open, and they gained about 30 maybe on that play?
If you give Andres times when that play, they were able to not bring a blitz.
Yeah.
And Weslaco, they brought one, but they missed on it.
Okay.
And Weslaco was able to hold on to that, and they just saw what happens there.
Yeah. So the ball is marked at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal to go at the 8. And Weslaco, they have 2 timeouts left. The Mustangs have 3. We're approaching the midway point of the 4th quarter. So let's see what they can do. And the ball's handed off to Eli Rodriguez, and he is going to get down to about the 1-yard line.
Yep.
Now, remember, last time they got down to the 1, they had a lot of problems. That was a gain of about 7. Let's see if they can do better this time.
You know what I'm calling? I'm calling?
Yes, the Panther push.
That's what I'm calling.
All right, 2nd and goal to go at the 1-yard line. There's the Panther push about to go. And it is going to be close. Did they get in? I can't see from here yet. No one has signaled.
Nobody's signaled. No.
Our fans think he got in.
Yeah, nobody's signaled that. Yeah, we're still waiting. We're still waiting. We're still waiting.
Yeah, Stroman's got his arms up in the touchdown mode.
We'll see that after they unravel all the bodies from the bottom.
All right, they're calling timeout.
Finally stop the clock here.
I'm not even sure. Again, we're glad they stopped the clock because we need all the time we can have. But, again, it's kind of unusual it's taking this long to decide. But, again, we want the right call either way. Obviously, we'd like it to go the Panthers' way. All right, I guess.
One more time. One more time.
3rd and goal to go from the 1. And,
I mean, the ball's literally almost touching the line.
Yeah.
I mean, do a semi-version of the Panther push and just have a quarterback sneak. How's that?
Football, Fred, you got any eligibility?
They don't want me down there, trust me.
All right, I'll take your word. It is going to be 3rd and goal to go. And let's see what happens this time. And the ball is going to be kept by Sepulveda, and he's going to fall forward. Did he get in?
He didn't get there.
Oh, my gosh. He must be at, like, the 1 foot line.
Back to where we first started.
Oh.
Back to the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Did I bring my blood pressure medicine today?
4th down.
All right. 4th and goal to go at the 1 yard line. Clock moving. It'll be under 5 minutes remaining. And again, right now the Panthers, they're down by 13. This is such a critical
No
play.
Panther push.
No. Well, they tried, but maybe do something else. Let's hope so. Yeah, we don't mean. By the way, while we've got this break, we always talk to the defensive coordinator before the game, and he gives us some words of encouragement for the game. What were the words of encouragement?
Wisdom with Coach Vento. This is what we're calling the segment, right? Okay, wisdom. He says, guys, we told the team, there's times life is about opportunities and taking advantage of it and making the best out of it.
Yes.
So go out there and make a memory. Make something happen that is going to be memorable for the rest of your life. And so that kind of tells you.
All right, well, can I jump in just real quick for a moment?
Sure.
Would that maybe be this next play?
That would be it. This is exactly
this
what
is
we're talking about.
This is no coincidence that I brought this up right now.
Yeah, this is the case. This is it. Hey, I remember when we were at the goal line, we're at the 1 foot line, inside the 1 foot line, and so we did this. And I remember it, regardless of what happened. That will always stay in your memory.
Right.
Good or bad, doesn't matter at this point.
One not good thing because the Panthers couldn't get this in sooner, even if they do score, was the fact they've had to use another timeout.
Right.
So they've only got one left.
Yeah, those are becoming very valuable.
Yes.
But the
key
Weslaco
right
fans
now,
are up, and so are the San Antonio Jay fans.
You can't blame them. We're up, they're up. And let's hope Weslaco gets up on the scoreboard after this play.
So not showing the Panther push.
No, I didn't expect to see it this time.
No, they're going regular offense.
Yeah. Man in motion. Rodriguez in the backfield. Sepulveda's going to run it. Now he's sacked. Oh, my gosh. He's sacked back at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, that was a play that Zach Mota came up and made a hit.
Oh.
They were trying to delay something and have something happen down the field. Andy just waited too long.
Yeah. Well, was that because maybe nobody was open?
There was nobody open. But see, again, the fact is, we saw this earlier. Mota came up earlier, made a play on the opposite side of the field when Weslaco was going for the touchdown, we eventually got. But now here, a linebacker blitz basically coming in right down the middle, and they were able to get Andy.
Yeah.
He seems to be okay. It took a hard hit. We'll give him that.
Yeah.
But he's right back up. This is the type of character, type of player Andres Sepulveda is.
He's
comes
a tough
back
dude.
Up.
Tough dude.
He's a tough dude, yeah. He's coming up, running off. He said, look, man, that's all me. It's all right. We'll get back to it. Yeah, that's an excellent play by Zach Mota.
Well, obviously we got to get them 3 and out, and possibly, there's still time, but possibly we're going to need another turnover in this game.
Right, you need something.
But we definitely need a 3 and out this time.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye. I would keep an eye on number 1. I think that's where they go.
So it's 1st and 10, ball at the 10-yard line. Mustangs in their own territory. And this time, not much going. Mota. And, one thing that might be in Weslaco's favor, teams sometimes tend to get real conservative in these situations.
They do have the lead, and so you're thinking, we got a two-score lead, right? And you say, look, let's just try to run the clock, and that could be something that Coach Gutierrez is talking about.
Not really trying to do the big running plays, or remember the other one, on defense, the opposite is the prevent defense. We've heard of that, but this is obviously an offense right now.
RPO would be perfect here for them.
Yeah.
Got to watch them. The center's still under center there. They might want to go after this slap here right up the middle.
And the ball's back at the 8, loss of 2 on that play. It's going to be 2nd down and 12. Big running play that time, and that's about 14 yards. And again, is that Mota?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So he came through and they needed him. So what can I say?
In case you're joining us late, Zach and Jack are twins.
Yeah, and both had huge plays in this game.
Yeah, they've made their stamp here this afternoon. They've left their stamp, both one on offense and one on defense.
So that was a gain of 12 on the play. 1st down and 10 at the 20. More importantly, the clock is down to 3:45 and running. Weslaco only 1 timeout remaining. Has to get a couple touchdowns in this game. And that's basically summing it up where we are right now. So we have trips on the right side, 1 wide out on the left. Mota in the backfield. And And Moda will get it again. This time, though, a good job on first down. Tries to go around left. He's stuffed.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Ryan Salazar from his corner. Check that. Ryan Gonzalez from his corner spot. Came up and made a good hit.
I remember Ryan Salazar.
Yeah, he was.
That's a name from the past.
I had flashbacks all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Ryan Gonzalez, comes up and, boy, man, he's a good tackler.
Right. So it's going to be a gain of 1 on the play. Second down and 9. Ball at the 21. Clock under 3 minutes. Got to stop him on this one. Again, they're taking their time.
You got to watch number 1. He's got a lot of space right in front of him.
Slot on the right. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. And Jackson is going to get the first down. He bulled his way about 10 yards.
Right. Yeah, he just put his head down. Noah Cassett is trying to go low. Just couldn't quite bring him down on the initial hit. But then as he continued going, Noah was able to kind of wrestle him down. Nice play there by that safety. Noah.
And now do we have to worry about getting 2 scores? We got to worry about them maybe running the clock out.
Yeah, I think that's their intent.
Yeah.
I think that's what they want to do.
I don't think we're going to see any more passes.
I don't think so either. Not at this point.
By the time they get this off and the play's over, there's going to be under 2 minutes remaining.
Sure.
All right, ball on the 33, 1st and 10. And again, it's going to be a handoff. And we see Moda run for about, 17, 18 yards.
Right.
Wow.
Again, following when they go big like that, they try to do that as much as possible. Weslaco challenging, bringing in Devin Martinez, number 99, right up in the middle. They're trying to slow down that big rushing attack at this point.
1st and 10, ball now in Weslaco territory. They're bringing another substitution. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, Gonzalez, a little bit bigger linebacker right in the middle there. They're trying to slow down this running attack, Weslaco is.
All right, let's see what they can do. Time is definitely not on their side. Slot on the right. And that's going to be another first down and a more. It's going to be down to the 30. So that's a pickup of 18.
Yeah, they went away this time from the lead initial block that was being, or at least trying to get set up there by Simmons. Went away from him.
I mean, this is a perfect example of ball control offense to win a game.
That was Weslaco. Yeah, Weslaco was showing this early on. It works well. When you're putting up points and you're stopping. But at this point,
I'm going to have trouble even recognizing our staff today.
It's rolling quite pretty quick here, right? That might be getting into the formation here. I don't think they have to run. Maybe one more play.
Yeah, they may be doing it already. All right. And I'm going to try to give our staff some credit here if they go to the victory formation. Weslaco, if they lose today, they'll have had a great season. They'll finish 11-1, 5-0 in district. All right. And we have all right.
A delay game, yeah.
Let me try to thank our crew as best I can.
Yes, please.
Of course, our boss, Carlos Robledo, and Mike Gonzalez, who's helping us with stats today. We enjoyed their pregame show. And Mike Palacios, I don't know how he got all this equipment set up here. He's our kind of technical director, kind of runs things from the technical end. And Joe Leal, our sound director, he got everything set up for us. Our videographers, Vinny Barry, Don Ramirez, Val Zamora, they're all here today. And Ralph Garces streaming everything today. And I've been doing other work. I'm not sure exactly. He usually does replays, but Adrian De Leon also helping out today. And, of course, our secretary, Mina Garcia.
Right.
And that's going to be it.
Yeah, great season for Weslaco High, right?
No, they did. They had an outstanding season.
We wish San Antonio J, Coach Gutierrez, class organization.
Right.
We wanted to thank them. Thank you for the time.
Yeah.
We wish them well. We'll support them from here on out.
And the Mustangs, let me say real quick, they're now 10-2 on the season. They were 6-2 in district, 3rd in their district. Who do they play next?
The winner of Converse Judson Dripping Springs.
All right, 11 a.m. next Saturday at Alamo Dome. So, Football Fred, it's been a pleasure working with you this year. Any
always,
final comments?
Yeah, this has been fun. Yeah. Historic season. The Panther fans will never going to forget it. You folks at home couldn't make it. We missed you. You're never going to forget it. You were part of this. Congratulations to you, your family, everybody involved. It's been a great Panther season.
All right, final score. The San Antonio John Jay Mustangs 27, Weslaco Panthers 14. It was the area round, second round of the playoffs. And again, the Weslaco season is now over. Jay will move on For Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. We've enjoyed doing this. We'll talk to you again soon, maybe in some other sports for Weslaco.
That's right.
Very soon. And again, we were here at Shirley Field in Laredo, and this has been a KWES production.
Hello, everybody. This is Carlos Soblel along with Mike Gonzalez with the Nat Medical Center post-game show, and the season comes to an end for the Weslaco Panthers. They finish at 11-1, losing this afternoon 27-14 to John Jay. And Mike Gonzalez, it's a game where the Weslaco Panthers had their chances.
Well, they did, Carlos. And one of the things that I was concerned about coming into the game was not taking advantage, or, Laredo was able to move the ball last week, and they weren't able to finish some drives. And unfortunately for the Panthers, there were 2 drives that they couldn't finish. They had at the 1-yard line, and great job you just got to give credit to Jay on making those stops there. But you got to finish off the drives. They were able to move the ball. I thought they had success moving the ball. They were able to slow down Eli a little bit, but Andres made some terrific throws to his receivers there. But unfortunately, when they needed the big play, when they needed to score, it just didn't happen to them. And as far as Jay is concerned, they were able to score points, especially in the first half.
They had an opportunity in the second quarter, missed a field goal that could have cut it to 20-14. Instead, it was 20-7 at the half. And then again in the fourth quarter, they had the ball at the 1-yard line, couldn't punch it in for them. And that really hurt the Panthers here in the second half.
Well, you saw the adjustments in the second half. I thought the defense played outstanding. They played lights out in the third and the fourth quarter, made the necessary stops there. But just, again, they weren't able to just take advantage of getting the ball back and moving the ball there. But, overall, Carlos, I thought they played well. I thought they played hard. They gave it all they could in this game. And it just didn't work out for them.
To me, the big difference, that defensive line for John Jay. Yeah. They put pressure on Sepulveda, especially in the second half when they had to come out passing, and they didn't shut down Eli Rodriguez, but they contained him.
They did. I mean, he finished with something like 50-some yards for the game, but he had his carries. He had over 20 carries in this game, but they slowed it down. For a while, Carlos, it was about 3 yards in a what does that say? 3 yards in a
cloud of dust.
Cloud of dust for a little while. Got the 3 yards, and then when it was third and short, they weren't able to get the yardage they needed, though. But, yes, give credit to the defensive line for Jay pressuring Andres. You got to remember, Carlos, our offensive line is a very good offensive line, so that shows how good their defensive line was.
They were pretty much evenly matched. This game could have gone either way. The Panthers had to make a few more plays. Obviously, they didn't by losing this game. Jaden Garcia with a great catch to the 8-yard line to keep that fourth quarter drive alive and get it down to the 1-yard line was a huge play. Andres Sepulveda played very, very well. Was scrambling under a lot of pressure all game long, all afternoon. But these receivers came up with some pretty big plays, so let's give them credit.
Yeah, absolutely, Carlos. They made a big play, but another big play for me that stood out was that fourth down that Jay had, and they were going to punt, and the ball went over the punter's head, and they were called for intentional grounding, and the Panthers got the ball at the 1-yard line, and fortunately they were able to score on that drive, but that kind of changed the game for a little while there. The Panthers got momentum, and unfortunately, they weren't able to finish the next drive that would have really put more pressure on Jay.
And you got to give credit to the offense of John Jay, the Mustangs.
Well, yeah.
Jackson Gutierrez, he's the real deal. He came up with some plays here in the second half. They needed to keep them off the clock. The Panthers, or I should say John Jay, got the ball back. With 4:50 left in the game, they were able to control the clock, run out the clock to end the game.
After making that fourth down stop, they sacked Andres. They're back at the 10-yard line, and they got, about 3 or 4 first downs to finish off the game here. But they got the big plays in the first half, Carlos, where Gutierrez was able to make some throws there, and receivers got behind a defense, and they were able to get some touchdowns there. So the big plays belonged to Jay in that first half, and that's how they were able to get the lead.
As far as putting this in perspective, one of the things that we like to do is where does this team stand? 11-1. I mean, you got some great teams. You got teams that went 12-0. You got teams that went 13-1. 1955, Bobby Lackey's football team. They went all the way to the state semifinals. And this team 11-1, and they hadn't won and gone this. I don't want to say this far, but they hadn't had this type of record in more than 30 years. This is a team that people are going to be talking about for a long time.
Well, they are, Carlos, because especially when Coach Stroman was so proud of it. He wanted to bring that golden ball home. I know the players wanted to bring that golden ball home, and they did it in what many would argue the SEC of the Rio Grande Valley, getting through the Harlingen, the San Benitos, or Los Fresnos of them all, the 2 Brownsville schools. And, they had to face adversity. We knew that they were going to they were going to face some challenges. They overcame it. They made some big plays when they had to make them. And they gave the fans and the community a whole lot to cheer about this year, Carlos. And yes, 10-0 for the first time since 1991. And we're able to win a playoff game. So a lot to be proud of.
And now you start, looking at postseason awards. You got Eli Rodriguez. There he is right there on the camera. A possible MVP, possible regional awards as well for him. And then Andres Sepulveda had a great year as well as quarterback coming in. Not someone that people really knew about, but he was a dual threat quarterback. Ran the ball well, passed it well. And so you're going to see a lot of these players, all district performers, and more accolades for them as the season ends.
Yeah, starting with the offensive line, Carlos. You could name any of the men up front there that deserve to be all Valley, all district there. They were the key to this year, Carlos, of this offense, being able to move the ball. And as you mentioned, Andres, spectacular season, a 2-year starter for this team, won a bi-district championship last year as well. And then Eli, we knew the potential he had coming from last year to this year. And, that's going to be an interesting call there as far as MVP. Who will get it, him or Fabian Garcia in that district? We shall see. The receivers. Even though they lost some players at that spot, Carlos, other guys stepped up and made some tremendous contributions. I mean, you think about it, Carlos, they lost about 3 or 4 guys from Jeremiah Salinas. Remember Pruniera in the middle of the year? And, yet other guys were able to step in and make some plays there and bring that district championship to Weslaco.
Yeah, so Coach Stroman now coming and alma mater going off one last time for this football team, for the season, for some of these seniors as well.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a memorable year that they'll always remember. Coach, congratulations. I know it's not the ending that you wanted. What did you tell the team afterwards?
That hopefully that this is not the greatest accomplishment that that ever happens to them. To use what they've learned through our football program to go out there and be better men, better sons, and then in the future, better husbands and better fathers, and for them to go out there and go get an education and then come back to Weslaco, right? But for the most part, this shouldn't be the greatest accomplishment for our kids. But extremely proud. They fought to the very end. We made some adjustments in the second half. I'll take the credit. I'll take the loss. This is on me for the loss for not getting them well prepared. But for the meantime, I'm excited for all the effort, and they gave it their all.
You know what, Coach? In a game like this, in the playoffs, in the second round, going up against a team like that from San Antonio, all you wanted to do is be in position, right? You just wanted to be in the game in the fourth quarter, and you guys were right there. So you got to be proud of that as well.
Yeah, I thought we left some points on the board there. We didn't take advantage of some good field position, and then we gave up some big plays. But you know what? Coach's kids are special, and Coach Gutierrez has a good one in that quarterback. He was hard to bring down. But for the most part, I'm extremely happy with all the efforts throughout the year with our football team.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much for a few words. I appreciate it. Have a safe trip driving back for Coach Stroman. Thanks to him and his staff. They've always done a tremendous job with this team. Because you got to remember, they came in with a lot of question marks. So when that happens, The coaches got to take a look around, say, okay, who's going to play, who's going to be the guys that they're going to plug and put into those positions, and they were able to get it done this year. So congratulations, my hat's off to Coach Stroman and his entire coaching staff.
Yeah, you got to remember, Carlos, coming into this year, they lost all the receivers, so it's like, what's going to happen? And then, well, we know that on 7-on-7, they did very well. They went to the state tournament there, so I think that momentum carried into the offense a little bit. And then, of course, you had Eli there doing his thing as a running back there. So I think, when they played non-district, they saw what the potential was, and then they felt really good going into district play and how they were able to put a season like that together. And just the defense, we barked about it all season long about the big plays they made on defense, starting with Darren Hanks and Matt Garza. How many times did we call their names? And then we had a newcomer step up, Chris Luna, only a sophomore. I'm very excited to see him in his junior and senior year, to see how he's going to contribute to the Weslaco Panthers.
Let's wrap it up, Mike. It's
yes,
been another fun year following Weslaco East and Weslaco High School this year. We move on, of course, to basketball, and we'll be bringing you some of those live games as well. But it's an unfortunate loss for the Weslaco Panthers. They lose by a final score of 27-14, I should say. They finished the season 11-1 with a district championship and a by-district championship, and they lose here in the area round. That'll do it for Mike Gonzalez and the entire KWES crew right here behind me of Carlos Robledo. We will see you next time.